Just pulled out the base, so let's. I'm gonna pull it out right now. It's
Yes, pull it out, Dean. Let's see it.
the box, dude. This is the box.
He's just not used to pulling out.
This is literally.
Small talk.
Good
It's nice to see that we voted on a video and it wasn't used. That's nice.
Yeah, I know. I just like that one better. I feel like the one of me. So we were trying to decide between that one and the one of me playing with the MonsterArts last show when I was like banging them together and stuff. That one just probably wouldn't go well enough for the audio listeners. That's the only reason I chose.
I don't know, Sean. I feel like he vetoed it because it was against him. What do you think?
No,
I think I vetoed it because I said to use that one.
Yeah. I know.
Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Small Talk. We are one episode away from 50, so we are at 49.
Nice.
So yeah, that's exciting. And before we kind of kick things off, we want to thank our friends over at Wada Scrapyard for sponsoring this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. You guys thought I was gonna forget it that time around.
I always have faith in you, baby.
Okay, so we got a pretty good show. It's a lot of like kind of post-con stuff, or the show was our last show was like in the middle of a con, so this one is kind of finishing that up a lot. So we got a loaded show sheet again, guys. It looks like a fun one. I'm excited. I am joined here by Sean,
Hey guys,
my co-host. Eddie, nice to have you back.
What's happening? I'm glad to be back.
Big Peps, how's it going?
Good. I'm happy to be back. Thanks for having me.
God, I love that we got Big Peps on. It just never gets old.
Appearance 2 weeks or 2 times in a row.
Yeah. So should be a fun show. I'm pretty excited, but what I want to start off with are things we got new. I definitely had a good week for what we got new, for some things I got new. But Sean, you mentioned something you got. We'll start with you.
Yeah, so if you want to pull up the slides real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick, okay. I'm gonna read off the chat here really quick.
Yeah.
We got the collector in the house. What's up, man? We have John, the everyday collector, saying it's gonna be a great show, and he's interested in the Ghostbuster figures, which I'm pretty sure we all want to talk about those later. Mario is a dick. We have Danny Lee. What's up, Danny? Let's see who else. Fashionably late is Mark Pearson. It's okay. We were fashionably late also. Can you let Mario know that, please? Brenton, what's up, man? Alvin J. Scott Bradley. Who the hell is that?
Yeah, that guy don't exist.
John Ortiz and Philly. What's up, dude?
What up, everyone?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Thanks for tuning
America's in. Last but not least. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right, go ahead.
Thanks, Eddie.
Why do we have two of the exact same pictures?
So, okay, that's what I said too. Yeah, explain, Sean.
It's not the same picture.
Okay, first tell us what it is, and then kind of explain what we're seeing here.
No, it's a new segment of the show, kind of like Small Talk Trivia, where we put two pictures up of the same thing. You have to guess the difference. What the hell is? I'm just playing. Go ahead, Sean.
So last weekend we were supposed to have Celebrity Fan Fest here in San Antonio, and it got canceled because of the rise in COVID cases here in San Antonio. So that's what this was for. This is the Gold Rangers power staff from Power Rangers Zeo. He was in about like 16 or so episodes a lot later on in the show, like somewhere around like 30-ish or so. But Austin St. John was supposed to be at Celebrity Fan Fest. So all of my stuff, like my Red Ranger figures, my comics, things like that, were all in storage because of the move. and last minute I realized I didn't have anything, so I decided to jump on this. I've always wanted to get this. It was on Amazon. It was on sale for like 86 or something like that. It was like $91 after taxes. But it's his power staff, and basically that's what he uses in the show to morph into the Gold Ranger. But this is what it is, and it is two different figures, or it's two different pictures, Eddie. One is like this where it's closed, and then you press that button right here and it lights up. I have it off right now because the baby's
that's sick.
So
that's pretty cool.
but it makes a bunch of different like noises and stuff like that. And yeah, I've always wanted it, so I finally got to pick it up. I was gonna have Austin St. John sign it, but just due to COVID they canceled FanFest. So
oh man,
I was also getting some art done from one of the artists at the shop. One of the guys who works there, he was going to do some art, but right when they canceled it, I let him know just to kind of hold off for a little bit. I still want him to do the art for me just because of some cool ideas that we had, but just going to wait on it, make it a little bit better, think through it a little bit better too now, so not rush him as quick.
Danny's asking in the chat if that's the new Dyson model.
Good one, Danny.
A Dyson that'll kick your ass.
Do you have any other Power Rangers like 1-to-1 props? Like I know Hasbro did all kinds of stuff. Is that the only one you have?
Right. So I have the Legacy Morphers.
Okay. Cool.
I have
Nice.
The recent one, right?
No, the one that Bandai came out with, the Legacy.
Oh,
Lightning
those are even
Collection,
better, I
the
think.
one.
Because the coins are actually metal on those ones.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if they are.
Yeah,
in
they're
the
like
new one. Maybe
die-cast
they
or
are.
like something like that.
I think the Morpher's die-cast too, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe
the,
that's it.
the front plates of it.
Yeah.
And then I have the original Morpher from the Legacy collection of the main 5. I have the Gold Ranger Morpher, and then I have the Gold Ranger Dagger from Legacy. All of those are from Legacy.
Nice.
The Gold Ranger, or the Green Ranger Dagger and the Green Ranger Morpher are both signed by JDF, Jason David Frank.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Look at
working
Eddie
on
just
getting Saba,
chimed
but
in.
he's really expensive.
I think they're gonna do a Saba Hasbro. Like a
If
new
they
one,
do,
so.
I'd pick it up. I kind of want to
Yeah.
pick up the new Dragon Dagger that they're going to be coming out with here pretty soon.
Are they coming out with another one?
Is it well? That's what I could have
no,
thought. They had released
The Lightning
one.
Collection one?
Yeah, it looks like it's a
Yeah.
little bit different than that original release.
It is.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
how so, because I don't know. I didn't have the original, but I have the newer one that they released. Like, what was it, like a year ago, 2 years ago?
If that, right? It was
Yeah,
maybe just so under a year.
maybe. I have that one. It's in storage. I haven't really messed with it at all. But
Cool.
yeah, I got that one. It's pretty cool. The Green Ranger was always my favorite. So
Right. I had like Austin St. John's character, Jason the Red Ranger, but it wasn't until the Zeo came out and they did the Gold Ranger with the staff. Did he like kind of take over Green Ranger for me, since we see Tommy as the Red Ranger in Zeo.
Yeah.
So
The Gold Ranger was a really cool Ranger design.
yeah,
I was
I
what's
wore
his
this shirt
shirt?
because I knew that Sean was gonna have that.
Oh,
for
that's
his
cool,
news this
man.
week, and then
That's
we have a lot
that's
of
an
Power
awesome shirt.
Rangers news. So yeah, that's so.
I had watched a video of Austin St. John talking about his casting for the Red Ranger, or for the Gold Ranger, and he was saying that one of the producers just kind of came up to him. He was on set one day, kind of hanging out and stuff, and he goes, "What do you think about coming on for like 20-ish episodes and becoming the Gold Ranger?" And he asked like, "Well, who is it? Like, what's his deal? Things like that." And he said it's basically whatever you want it to be. And what he said is that he wanted to have more of that Tommy vibe, where he's kind of like cool, laid back kind of stuff, because when he was the Red Ranger, he was always worried about the team. It was the team first,
Yeah.
and, making sure everybody else is okay in front of himself. And he said, I wanted to kind of have a more like chill, laid back style to the Gold Ranger, and that's kind of where that came from.
Cool.
Awesome. I'm so glad that we got guys on here with you and Eddie that know Power Rangers. You guys just like
Sean
speak a different language.
definitely knows more than me. I
You
just
know, man-
remember I watched it as a kid, but Sean is definitely a wealth of knowledge.
When I had gotten the Dragon Dagger and the Green Ranger Morpher signed, which was maybe about 5-6 months ago, that's where I really got back into it. Otherwise, I had no other thought about it. I was like, man, that was awesome getting that signed. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him. One of the cool perks that we had at the shop was that if we wanted to leave something for him to sign, the owner would do whatever he could to try to get it signed for us for a lower price or for free. So,
Oh wow.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so we got to take advantage of things like that. And ever since then, I just kind of been back into the whole Power Rangers thing. Watched the original Mighty Morphin stuff. Try to get through Zeo until Netflix had taken it off. So
I went to a con a few years ago in Lexington, and there was tons of them there, and I met a bunch of them. Like, I think the two that I met that I loved meeting the most from the show was Bulk and Skull.
oh yeah,
Those dudes were hilarious to just like hang out with. They had like a couch at their booth, and you could like just sit on the couch and hang out with them and just chat. I mean, it was just so much fun. Really cool guys.
God, I'm gonna be blown away the first con I go to because I've never been to one. But
Oh man, they're fun.
they're awesome, man.
yeah. Eddie, what about you? You get anything new?
Specifically, like this past week, I got Wrecker. I got Wrecker from Bad Batch.
Nice.
Hey, where'd you get him?
At a Target. So someone in the chat had posted the link that they were available, and one of the Targets, it was like I would say like 20 minutes away from me. I was able to order for pickup there, and this was the last one they had, and
Oh
I
my
was
God!
able to go in and grab one.
Nice.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
if any of you guys come across one, would you mind picking that up? Because I was hoping to use one for one of the giveaways for next week's or next show.
Oh, that would be cool.
I
Yeah.
want to put it kind of in a pack with some of the others. If I can't find it, I won't do it. But if one of you guys can find it, that'd be awesome because I want to kind of do that.
Yeah,
That's an
he's
awesome
a-
find.
Yeah, he's a great figure,
Yeah.
dude. For a bulky figure, he's got a lot of articulation. It's pretty good, and I think his head sculpt is the best to me from all of them. I don't know if I'll be able to get like a good picture of it or not. Probably not.
Yeah, it's
But,
kind
Looks
of
good though.
blurry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it works with his head. Like all the other heads, they're kind of like they're movie-esque, or right, or like real life. They
Yeah,
don't
they're
really
kind of off
animate
a
them.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and the crosshair to me is the worst because they give him like long hair, and he should have a buzz cut, right? At least it looks like that to me in the.
Yeah, I
animated
think
show.
I think he's got like a buzz cut. Yeah.
And like on the figure, it kind of looks like he has hair like mine, like a little fluffed up. So, I don't normally like the head sculpts, but his is really cool. Even though I'm gonna keep the helmets on all of them probably, but so I got him, Crosshair, and Hunter now. Now I'm just waiting for Tech to release, and if they solicit a Echo, we haven't heard anything about that yet, but I'm sure they will. Hopefully.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming that they will at some point.
And then these are just new from because I haven't been on a show in a couple weeks. So the Super Commando Mandalorian,
good-
right?
Good figure.
Yeah, this is a dope figure. So normally all the Black Series I have are clone troopers, but I just love the look of this Mandalorian. I was considering doing like all Mandalorians too because I like just Black Series. I like stuff that I can troop build, right? So I thought, if I get Mandalorians, like it'll be cool. I could have them all, displayed together and get multiples of the Loyalists maybe or something. But I think I'm just gonna go with this guy just because I don't know if we'll ever get a hot toy of this guy, which I would love. But the figure will do for now. It's a pretty good figure. Only complaint is he doesn't really have any ab crunch kind of articulation, just a swivel. So that kind of sucks. I think there could have been, but because he has this overlying vest piece, it takes away the articulation. Because I think underneath there's a body that has a crunch. It's just with this chest piece you can't do anything with it. But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
So I got that guy.
That one was hard to find. I actually was fairly patient with that one, and I bought it when it finally got restocked at Walmart online. And every time I had him in the cart, was about to check out, boom, he was gone. He'd be swiped up within seconds. And finally, one time he stuck around for like half a day, and that's when it pays to pay attention to those Instagram guys like Yak Face and Kylo Collector.
It's crazy because I was at a toy show, which I did the video on for the channel in Simi Valley, and the first booth that I went up to, they had the Super Commando and they had an Elite Trooper, and they already had the Super Commando listed for like $25. You know, like and I was like, holy shit, that's a good deal for that one, because he's selling for a lot. And they had that, and then I was getting an Elite Trooper that was $25. So I asked the guy, like, hey, could you do 40 for both? And he was like, yeah, I could do that. And I was like, holy shit, okay. So I pretty much got them for retail.
Wow, that's a good deal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so yeah, I got those, and then this guy, Doom, from the video game Doom Slayer. I got this guy from a buddy of Dean's. I forgot his name. I'll have to look up his name.
Is that the McFarlane?
That's cool.
Yeah. When this one went up, I missed this one, and then it sold out, and it's selling for crazy money now. I don't know why. I mean, it's an awesome figure, but it's going for crazy right now, and you either have to get like the bronze variant if you want one, because I think you could still get that one for retail, but this one was, the original release was going up high, and Dean knew that I wanted his, and so he was like, hey, my buddy's selling one for pretty much retail, like, I hit him up, just let him know if you wanted, and sure enough, I hit him up, and yeah, he sold it to me for pretty much retail, so I got another sweet deal on a high price figure, so pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty good small pickups for me, so
Sweet.
yeah.
The Collector, he had a question, did HasLab ever do anything with the Rancor? They essentially confirmed it as the next HasLab, so nothing else. We won't see anything for a while at least, but it's just confirmed as the next one is pretty much what they did. So that's why we just kind of went over the announcement, the confirmation last show, and Eddie, I know, is giving us shit because of how excited I am about it. But I told him we're gonna have plenty of episodes to talk about it, and we'll get into it there. But what about you, Peps? What have you gotten?
I haven't really gotten anything new in the last couple weeks as far as small stuff. I do have, like Eddie, I picked up Wrecker and Tech. I found a guy locally here that was selling them. He had like...
You got Tech 2? Holy shit.
Yeah, he had a few... I couldn't believe it was still like available. He had a few available of him, Wrecker, and Crosshairs for like just a little over retail. And I grabbed Wrecker and Tech. I thought they was going to be here today, but they might be here tomorrow. But right after that, because I was like, I can't believe these are still available. I got on there, and of course they were gone. So I just got them in time. Yeah, I couldn't
awesome,
believe it.
dude. Yeah, I was looking on, just because I was impatient, I was looking on eBay for Tech, and they're all selling for like 60.
Oh, yeah.
So
I can't never find anything either. I mean, I'll go around to numerous stores, and I just get so burnt out on doing it. I can't never find anything. So
yeah, I know. It's definitely tedious. I have them on order on Entertainment Earth, but everything says, I think even if you order with Target right now, everything says November.
Yeah, or later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's his? Hold on. Someone was asking in the chat. Does everyone in here? Here, wait. Where is it? Oh, right here. Sorry. Brendan was asking, what's the preference here, Black Series or TVC? I personally get both if it's Troopers. All I collect is Troopers, so I get or Clone Wars. I have for TVC. I have The newer stuff for Clone Wars that's been released so far, like the Annie, the Obi, um, Ahsoka, Maul, and then Rex and some of the other ARC troopers, I think. So I'm like new with TVC, but I like them both. But I keep the TVC stuff on card. That's really the only reason I get TVC stuff. What about you guys?
I prefer Black Series, but I'll buy Vintage Collection sometimes. But like Eddie, I'll just keep them on the cards. So Black Series stuff I open and display. So
Yeah, I lean towards Black Series most of the time. I've gotten a few things of TVC, like specialized things, like I had the Slave One a while ago. I don't have it anymore. I ended up selling it, but that's a good piece if you guys ever can get that, and it just gets better every time they re-release it. It seems, or not every time. I think it's only gone through one repaint technically, but that's a pretty good one. And then I've done. I did that special 3-pack of 501st Clone Troopers. Those the Fives
nice.
Echo that I ended up gifting Dean for his birthday. That other than that, almost everything I've gotten is Black Series, and a big reason for that was for when I kind of started getting back into it a little bit. That was the only thing I could find at our Toys R Us before they closed down, so that's kind of why I went that route. But now I have a lot of more 6-inch stuff anyways, so that's kind of, I'm just staying consistent, I guess. But what about you, Sean?
When I was collecting the Black Series, I was just getting, well, I was only getting Black Series. I didn't try to jump into TVC or anything because I was trying to be real specific with it, because at the time too I was trying to narrow down my collection and stuff like that. So I was getting Mandalorian stuff. So I didn't get any of the like original guys or anything like that.
Gotcha. All right. So kind of what I got new here. Oh, and I did want to say one more other thing to that, but I completely forgot what it was. To your question, there's a lot of TVC guys that we have on. Mario obviously is huge into TVC, and then Sean here just mentioned I just got the retro Rotocast TMNT stuff from his Big Bad Toy Store. Thinking about keeping those on card. And then
cool.
I know we've been wanting to kind of have a special episode with Mario and get Chris Letty on from 6 Scale Scavengers and talk about TVC.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, we kind of want to do a special around that because we probably don't give them as much love as we could for how big they are out there. But okay, so for things I got new, I haven't opened it yet because I'm gonna wait for you, Sean, because I know you have it coming. But essentially, I got the Mafex Mando.
Oh, nice.
Dope.
The Beskar armor. Just looking at him in the box, like comparing to SH Figure Arts, it's gonna be really hard to tell on video. But the proportions is the biggest thing. That is a huge difference. It's pretty crazy. Like the way that they made the undersuit look is really good. What's up, Vortex? I like it a lot more than the SH Figure Arts. Now, SH Figure Arts seem to do the accessories a lot better, and his pistol, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's in this spot, but it's like a metallic purple. Super hard to see, but it's kind of odd.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Why would
I
it
don't
be
know.
purple?
I don't know. That was the initial thing that stood out to me. I'm like, why does he have a purple gun? So I don't know how to feel about that. But
Maybe
other
it was
than
like a way to make it look metal to them. Like they kind of tried to do like a purple shine, so it
Yeah.
would look chrome or whatever, but didn't work out that way.
yeah, it could be. But everything else looks very well done. I'm excited to kind of get them out and mess with them, but we can kind of have a a breakdown when Sean gets his in. Have you heard anything about yours coming in yet, Sean?
I haven't even ordered them. So if you want to open them up, man.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you had them coming.
No, I had thought about getting them. I just haven't pulled the trigger on them yet. Mainly,
Oh, I think we lost Sean. Are you guys still all there?
yeah, I'm still there.
It would be really cool if you did an unboxing for those and like kind of compared the two of them
Yeah.
when you did it. You know. That would
Yeah,
be kinda
so
interesting to see.
okay, I'll put that off for now then. But yeah, maybe that's
Are you gonna open
something-
it right now?
I was going to, but
Oh, go
maybe
ahead, dude. No,
that's probably something I should do on another show. We should probably get going. The other thing I did like unbox and get out here though
Oh, cool.
was the Joker from it was like Gaslight Joker
Yeah.
from Mezco.
I didn't even know that came
And-
out yet.
Yeah, so it was a super quick turnaround. There's people from the day that they had it listed for a buy now. There's people who had it the next day on the East Coast, so it got shipped out almost immediately.
Wow.
But yeah, it was pretty wild. So this one, mine actually just got here a couple days ago, and honestly, this is one of my favorite Jokers. I have one of the older Joker ones that Mezco did, and then a couple other figures, but for smaller stuff, this guy is great. Like his
It looks
head-
cool. It's like really unique looking.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the head sculpt and paint is awesome. So this is underneath his kind of purple cloak. He's got like
Nice.
the suspenders and green tie. Obviously all super kind of throwback and retro. And the cloak kind of snaps up. It's got these little mini snaps that work really well to a point to where I was like worried about breaking or ripping them out.
Yeah.
They seem well done, so I don't think you have to worry about that, but I'd be careful of that if you have them. And then he comes with a top hat that fits on him pretty well. And then
Figure of the
That's
week.
cool.
yeah, and then he got, oh my god, it's so small. I thought I just lost it, my keyboard. He has like these glasses that really kind of make him look insane.
Sean is saying that he got his delivered today too.
That's cool. looking.
Nice, Sean. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this guy. He doesn't come with like, so for other accessories, he comes with some like cards for the Joker that are pretty good. But I like the glasses and the soft goods a lot. But the accessories are, since he's kind of a different type of Joker, I haven't taken them out because they're all so small and I didn't trust myself doing it live. But they're like surgical
Yeah.
tools.
Well,
Oh wow.
someone was saying that his character was based off of Jack the Ripper.
Correct.
yes.
From,
Oh, okay. That
from the
yeah.
20s, like, right?
Yep, correct. So it's based off of actual like characters, and there's a lot of things that they took from him. But the briefcase he comes with is supposed to fit a lot of the stuff in that you can kind of see in foam here. That'll fit a lot of his.
Oh, it's got
surgical
like
tools.
the inserts. Cool.
Yep. Yes, and this thing is well done. And he does come with another head sculpt. I don't know why you would use it. I can't get it out. But it's just him not smiling and like just plain faced. So it's kind of boring, but he comes with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of hands and then an extra pointer. And his hands are like white bloody gloves. He has some weathering too. I don't think you can see it on here, but the camera makes it look funky, but it's well done weathering. Like I looked at it and I'm like, why is mine dusty? But that's how it's supposed to be. So
You have the
Yeah.
Batman too, Dylan?
I don't have him, but I have him ordered.
Oh, he's not out yet.
No, he was a made to order one, so he had like a window.
Oh.
This guy actually lasted a long time. He actually lasted a pretty long time on the on their website for being kind of a buy now figure. And yeah, I'm really impressed. I really like this guy. He's gonna be great for kind of a kit bashing with other Jokers, because like I said, this smiling head sculpt is fantastic. The paint on it is really good, really good. But
Sean
so like
Sean's saying people are gonna regret not getting the Batman that goes with him.
for sure, because that he was made to order, so he lasted forever. So of course the hype wasn't there, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people. There's gonna be a lot of people not, or I guess, wishing they would have taken that.
What's Batman based off of? Like since Joker's based off Jack the Ripper, was he?
Just a hero. He's himself, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a Batman storyline, kind of with a Jack the Ripper take on those days, what it would be like. So it's kind of steampunky in a sense. But yeah, so that brings us, I guess, to the first thing on our show sheet as well. We can kind of go back here. We have some other smaller talk issues, or things to talk about. But this guy was $100, and he's shipping right away. I believe he sold out, but I think if you like him, Big Bad Toy Store had him up for a bit of an upcharge, and that the price that I saw would be worth it. Yeah, he's still up there, $130. In my mind, I think he's worth it just because I think this guy's gonna go up in price fairly quickly. So, I haven't even got to the bloody apron yet or anything like that, or the scarf.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just jacked about this guy. He's gonna go really well with a bunch of things here. So, yeah, that was my new kind of what I got since the last show. So just to kind of let everyone know, I had a little mini getaway this last week, so I feel super out of the loop with news. Shout out to Sean and Eddie for holding the fort down with small talk and the news and staying on things, and you guys actually came up with our smaller talk topics too. So the first one that we got on here was Eddie, since this was your idea, we'll start with you, but it is kind of streams that we tune into or watch additionally.
Yeah.
In the hobby, right?
Yeah, in the hobby. I mean, if you want to talk about other streams, that's up to you guys. But I just thought it would be cool to kind of a play on words with Ghostbuster being the theme for this week. Kind of we got, we had Ghostbusters for Movie of the Week with Collecting Weekly, and we had the new trailer for Afterlife revealed, and then we also have some new figures to talk about. So I thought it'd be cool if we talk about streams and then title our show "Don't Cross the Streams." I thought that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I guess I'll go first. It's interesting because before I started, being part of the channel and streaming, I used to watch a lot more YouTube, like a lot. It was a sickness. All I would ever do is watch YouTube streams if I wasn't working. I didn't even really watch like TV or anything. It was always YouTube, and I would be watching like all the main streamers like Justin and all the 1/6 guys. And for small scale, I would watch a lot of Shartimus Prime and Foosh and The Amazing. But I guess yeah, ever since I started actually doing a show, I cut way back just because it kind of feels like I already know what's going on now that I have to keep up with it. So like I'll watch The Amazing for reviews and stuff, and I'll watch the only real small scale person that I still watch is Foosh.
Yeah.
I love Foosh, dude. His weeklies that he does on, I think they're uploaded Friday or Saturday. I usually watch them on Saturday mornings, but I love his weeklies. And then Toy Migos, actually, they do some live streams. They have a podcast, and I like them a lot. Oh, and Dylan got me hooked on friggin' Dork Lair. The only thing with Dork Lair is I wish they would upload more. I love their podcast now, but it feels like it takes a while for a new one to upload. So I wish they did live streams. I kind of, hopefully one day, they'll think about doing some live streams, but I love listening to them now. So, and then I think like the whole thing with crossing the streams. I think it's cool when they start talking about like other collecting stuff that they do. Like Justin was only doing 1/6 for a while, and now he's doing both. Kind of, he's doing a lot of reviews of small scale stuff, and so I think that's pretty cool. What about
Jim Mint's doing the same thing because he's real big into
Yeah.
like the comics and stuff. So now he's got a guy he does the comics with, and
and he started doing like pops and stuff, and then like I feel like they were all doing like pre-recorded videos, and now a lot of those guys are doing actual live streams. Like Gem Mint does live streams every weekend now, or he has he does the movie or the show reviews with a bunch of different comic guys now.
Yeah,
And,
it was cool because he had a couple episodes where he got with one guy and talked about like anime style statues and how they're different. And then he got with Justin too, and they talked about the difference of statues and figures and 1/6 and stuff like that.
yeah, that's cool. And I kind of like that everybody's kind of grouping together and kind of, it's becoming more, it feels like more of a community in a sense when, like, because Jetta streams with Justin now, and Lael's been streaming with us a lot, and he does all of his other shows, and PJ and Will has been coming. I kind of like that vibe of like all of us being able to cross over to other guys' channels, and it's all cool and everything, and so I kind of like that. What about you, Peps? What other stuff do you watch?
Well, for the longest time, I just mainly watched 1/6. I never really watched small scale stuff. I don't know why when I collect it, but eventually once I got into Mezco, I started watching The Amazing, and because of Dylan, I also started listening to Dork Lair, and they're just fantastic. And Foosh, like you said, I started watching him some. I don't know, I just never was really interested in watching a review for a Black Series figure, but once I found Foosh, it was just, I don't know, he's just really entertaining, makes it fun to watch. So, but I don't watch as much as I used to, definitely. So
Yeah. So yeah, you guys named a bunch of my my main ones. So it's kind of funny. So I used to be big into what originally got me into collecting in the first place was years ago. I would watch Xenomorph on YouTube.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's like what got me obviously into Hot Toys and like the Alien and Predator and everything like that. That's how I got into it so early, because I literally went right from NECA to that, and in a short amount of time. When I think I was trying to look up like reviews to the NECA figures and things like that, and then eventually found that. I really like him a lot. I like the way he's able to showcase things off, and he's fairly critical on those lines as well. Another one I obviously got into Justin, Paradox Nerd PJ a little bit, and then I was doing, obviously I've seen like Dean Knight, and then who is that other British reviewer? He stopped fairly quickly, but he was one of the earlier ones as well. He was big for a while,
I'm not gonna remember.
I used to watch him a lot. He was great.
But then of course Budget Stark. Budget Stark was really the one who got me thinking about like the hobby as more of a complex business than it was just give us the figure we want. Why don't we have this? Why don't we have this on time? Why is it priced like this? That sort of thing. So he's very insightful. Even if you go back and watch some of his old videos, they are still even very relevant to today, in how he talks about how there's certain prices on things, and how we have like MSRP here in the United States. There's no such thing there in Hong Kong. He goes into a bunch of that stuff. So like we've had Justin on before talk about like sideshow tax and everything. He was one of the first ones I ever found that out from, because of that. Oh, Clipper King, that was the guy I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was great to watch.
Yeah, he was interesting. And then kind of as my interest slash I guess hobby changed a little bit when I got into smaller stuff. Obviously, I got light on some of those streams, and then yeah, Foosh big time. Foosh was like you, Eddie. He's a good fun watch on like a Saturday morning. Like you just wake up, have some coffee, and I'll just put him on the TV, and yeah, that's a good entertaining watch for his weekly. And then, yeah, Dorkler, been listening to them for years, and that's why it was so exciting for me when we had them on. And obviously this is outside of our network. Like, I am pretty good about listening or watching in one way or the other pretty much every show on our network. I'm a little behind on OFAC and actually the main show now. I'm like two behind on the main show, I think, but typically I do fairly well with them, and I'm up to date on our network.
The only stuff I can watch of us is if I'm not on it, and I'm on a lot of the shows. So usually, like, OFAC is the only one I can watch, or if I miss a show of like ours, like any other show that I'm on, then I'll watch it. But if I'm on it, I can't watch it because
I'm not a big fan of watching or listening to ones that I'm on either. Yeah. And not collecting related, Star Wars Theory is awesome, obviously. And then
I've watched him a little, yeah.
He's actually, like, I've actually had to get away from him a little bit because he is so right on with so many of his predictions that he is essentially like a spoiler without trying to be. It's just, oh yeah, because of this, and this, we're gonna see this. And then, 2 episodes later of The Mandalorian, you're seeing exactly what he said was going to happen. So, like, with that, I've had to scale back with him because he's so good at calling things and understands where things are pointing. D Mazing, yes, for like Mezco stuff, I got into him. He's a very good kind of relaxing watch as a reviewer, and I really like his pictures that he does at the end. Mm-hmm. He's probably why I got into Gomez as early as I did with Mezco in the line. I wasn't going to dive into that, and I got into it because of what he was able to do in those pictures.
Yeah.
So he does a great job there. I really like him. And then another one that I didn't mention too, I think I've mentioned this before to others, but Keyboard Warriors, they were always a great one too, especially in mixing the two of like Mezco and Hot Toys. He does a lot there. Andrew and his wife, they do a great job. They're kind of talking on both ends of things. I have really appreciated them because they've done like knockoff videos and comparisons about, like comparing the two. Yeah, I think they've done a really good job for the community as a whole. They review a lot of things that are hard to find reviews on.
Yeah. And
they do a good job. Wow. Good job of it. So, and definitely check out Iconic Studios' American Psycho, Patrick Bateman, a figure that he helped produce. So, those guys are good guys, I would say, that I have watched. And then in the kind of card collecting community, I will watch the King's Wild Project. He calls it Dawn's Early Light. It's where like the main artist will sit on a video and stream him drawing his artwork for the cards, and it's kind of soothing. I just watch it at night mainly as I'm like going to bed. Really good watch there. And then a new one. So this one isn't new, but I just figured out that he actually collects Hot Toys as well. But the Gentleman Wake, all one word. He does a lot of reviews on playing cards, but he just did a review for Hot Toys Endgame Captain America. He actually works in editing video something or I don't know exactly, but he works with videography a lot. So his videos are very, very, very well produced. He is very good at it. Like almost like to the top to where like it's almost so over the top where you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this video is about a deck of cards right now. But he just did a Captain America, and apparently he's been into collecting Hot Toys 1/6 scale figures for a long time, and that was kind of exciting to me because I'd been following him on the playing card end of things for years, and then seeing him dive into Hot Toys and saying, you know, I've been a Hot Toy collector for years, I just haven't posted about it much. That was really cool for me to see. But yeah, that's pretty much the sum of mine. I guess I kind of rambled there. What about you, Sean?
When I first got into collecting the figures and stuff, it was Shartimus. He's kind of the first one I ran into. So he kind of helped me guide my way through a lot of the Marvel Legends, because that's what I jumped into when I first started getting the figures. The other one that I really liked for the Marvel Legends, but also for the Power Rangers, was the MCU collector. I thought he did a lot of the Power Ranger stuff, and I liked watching those when I was getting into the Power Rangers. D Amazing is the one who kind of helped me get through like SH Figure Arts and stuff like that, with like in-game and stuff like that. I build Gundams every now and then. It's been a really long time since I've built them, but I like watching Jabman. He does a real good, like I guess narrates the picture kind of thing. He doesn't really do it live or anything, but kind of narrates the picture and goes through each piece or each like a major body part of the Gundam. And then the other Gundam guy that I liked watching is Henry. He does like a lot of kit bashes and customs, and he'll do resin builds, and he'll kind of does also what like Zach does with Joy of Hobbying, like kind of shows little tips and tricks onto how to do stuff. And we'll do like the live painting sessions and stuff like that. And it's cool because every now and then Jadman and Henry will have a competition on who can build the best Gundam, whether it's a kit bash or it's like the same Gundam or a different Gundam. They just kind of play around with it, and they have the fans vote and stuff like that, and they'll do
Okay. I was about to ask, how do they decide who wins? But the fans vote. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then I said D Amazing already. I'm a big sports guy, so like on the sports side of it, I like listening to like Undisputed, Skip and Shannon, and then also the Herd. I like following those guys, and then I also like the skill building kind of stuff. So I listen to Tim Ferriss, like the self betterment and things like that.
Nice.
You know, the tactics and the high performers and what they're doing to do what they do and stuff like that. So I really like listening to Tim Ferriss as well. He's a good one. He's actually had a TV show for a little bit. He's written a couple of books, The 4-Hour Body and The 4-Hour Chef. I haven't had a chance to read those, but they're really good. And he has these really interesting people on there too. So all kinds of walk of lives. But collecting wise, it's mainly it's more so for me recently been Jim Mint because of the statues, and Justin because of the 1/6, because that's kind of just where I'm heading right now. Small scale size though, it's been Shartimus, it's been D Amazing, and MCU Collector.
Sean, have you ever checked out on YouTube? They're called MMPR Toys. You ever
No,
checked
I haven't
them out?
heard of them. No.
It's nothing but he's been doing it for years. It's probably the biggest Power Rangers channel on YouTube. All he does is stuff for Power Rangers and Super Sentai and all that.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check
He's
that out.
he's probably got like, you think he's got over like 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, him and his wife make really cool videos with like the animation videos and stuff. Since you like that stuff, I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's really cool.
Yeah, I definitely will. Anything else that you guys kind of follow outside of the collecting?
I like watching. There's a couple barbecue channels on YouTube that I like to watch. Mainly Pitmaster X.
Okay.
He does like really great edited, and like he makes some really great meals, but then like just the video quality is insane and everything. So like he's mainly the guy I watch, but I've been watching a lot of barbecue videos, like just
So
giving tips
you-
and tricks.
Eddie, you need to listen to or watch on YouTube Sam the Cooking Guy. He's from San Francisco.
Oh, I've
and
heard of
he
that
does-
guy. I think.
He's awesome. A lot of the stuff that I've been cooking lately, I shared those burritos right on the
Oh yeah,
the
those
chat,
look
right?
good. Dude. Yeah.
That was a spin off of some of the stuff that he did, and then instead of using just like an enchilada sauce that you could buy at HEB, I used my mom's recipe and just kind of did it up a little bit differently. But another good barbecuing one is I think it's called beers and bottle caps. I think it's what it's called, or something like that.
Oh,
He
okay.
does some cool stuff on like flat tops and steaks and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check him out. There's this other dude that I watch. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. I found him on Instagram. He's called the Tipsy Bartender, and he makes like mixed drinks on Instagram. But it's cool for the mixed drinks just to see how they're mixed. But he's like a very like just outgoing, like very like rambunctious, like high personality kind of guy. So like it's fun to watch his videos because he's funny and he's got like a Caribbean accent or something. Like he's just funny, but he also does cooking videos on YouTube. But it's called Definitely Not Gourmet, and it's not like serious cooking. He'll make like TikTok stuff or like things that are like for instance, he'll make like corn dogs, but they're breaded with Flaming Hot Cheetos instead of normal bread.
Sweet.
Or like like weird kind of like weird things like that, or like
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
Yeah.
Badfish asks, do you guys do any dioramas for 112s? Or, I guess to add on to that, do you know any good YouTube channels, streaming channels that do that?
I don't know any. I know sometimes D Amazing will work with someone who does them.
He has some pretty cool ones, yeah.
Yeah, he I can't remember what they're called, but I've always wanted to for sure because even I think what is it? No, NECA has that like building one for their like I think it started for their TMNT.
Yeah,
But
they do.
that one I've heard is pretty good. I've always wanted to, but I do not have anything. Or
Oh, one that I did not
yeah.
mention was for comics. It's a Comics Explained. I'll go and check
okay.
out his Marvel stuff, and he breaks down storylines really, really well.
Cool.
Gives you just
Gotcha.
enough to where it doesn't spoil it, and kind of just gets you like, oh, that sounds amazing. And he'll do like 3 or 4 videos on just like one series, and kind of just go through like the whole thing.
Gotcha. So we should probably move on to the next smaller talk thing, Sean. This one is the one you came up with. Kind of explained what you're.
Yeah, so I wanted to know, since it's kind of getting closer towards the end of the virtual cons, and San Diego has like what did it finish, or it has a couple more days, right? Something like that. Their virtual thing that they're doing. But I
Who's?
wanted to
Who's coming?
San Diego.
Everyone's doing their own thing, so it ranges
Right.
company to company.
Mhm.
So I wanted to know if you guys had a pre-order wish list of things that you've been seeing that have been dropping, and things that you know for sure you're gonna pick up. So, like for example, for me, Eddie's got me liking these
Oh man,
these TMNT Power Rangers that we're gonna talk about here in a little bit.
Mhm.
So I'm like, damn man, I might have to go all in on those. I really don't want to, but they look really cool. Another one that we're gonna talk about a little bit later is like the what if stuff. You know, those are all look really cool, and there's a few others that have already been released, like some SH stuff, like Titan Doctor Strange, and the Tangle Warriors from Mighty Morphin, or from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah.
So these are things you've ordered or that you want.
The things that I want to order. So like if you have like if you've already ordered it, or if it's
Oh.
kind of like on a list of stuff to order that's kind of sitting behind some other stuff, what do you guys got?
I see. Okay.
you want to go first, Peps?
I don't
Or
know.
I'll
if I
go
really-
first.
Yeah, you go, Eddie.
So as far as as far as like small figures, the TMNT stuff I'm considering. Just the turtles though, which is hard because like there's the 2-pack that comes with the turtles, and then we're going to talk about them later. But I just want the turtles. So that's some small scale stuff. We haven't really seen a ton of Star Wars stuff announced lately. I did pre-order, like there were some ARC Trooper pre-orders that went up. One for Black Series like a couple weeks ago or a week ago. I got that. That's it. I think that might be it for small scale stuff. And then today there was a statue that went up on Sideshow that I want to pre-order. It's the Batman Begins. I'm considering that one. Both of the animated Sideshow figures went up today, so I'm gonna pre-order those. I just haven't gotten around to it. Honestly, there is a shit ton of stuff I would like to pre-order, but I try to keep my pre-order list manageable, so that way I'm not like hit with all kinds of stuff when it comes out, or payment plans and stuff like that. Like, I don't want it to be unrealistic, but there's a ton out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better man than I. What about you, Peps? Can you remember or find any of your?
I'm definitely interested in the turtle figures. I've been looking at those ever since they went up on BBTS. They're just, I don't know anything about them. I know you guys are going to talk about them, but they're just so cool looking. As far as 6 scale, I'm definitely, like Eddie said, I'm definitely thinking about those, the Anakin and Obi-Wan that Sideshow just put up. And as far as Hot Toys, I think, well, the only thing I have pre-ordered like recently was the Luke that went up for Mandalorian. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah. So I don't have, again, a ton pre-ordered. I can kind of quickly go through what I got for small stuff. I know, like, for 6 scale stuff, I'm waiting very, very patiently for Captain America Hot Toys from Endgame. But
With Sideshow?
You still haven't got
yes.
that?
Nice.
No.
Jesus.
That's
I have
crazy.
the Mafex Joker from the Dark Knight comics.
Where do you have
the
that?
I
Like
have
where, with who?
Sideshow, because they had
Oh, I
like
was
free
gonna
shipping.
say.
They had free
That's been
shipping
shipping,
going
right?
on. Yeah, I should probably, if I would have ordered them elsewhere, I'd probably have them by now. But
Yeah.
they had free shipping, and when I decided to pull the trigger, he was gone off of Amazon Japan and a bunch of those other sites. So that one I have coming, and probably what I'm most excited about is just because of the mood I'm in right now. I'm kind of going through like a Zach like phase with Jaws right now, where I'm just into it, like any and everything Jaws. Like, I've had
That's awesome.
artwork book that I've been reading and checking out, and so I'm really jacked for Sam Quint, or I guess Quint from Jaws, the 8-inch cloth figure from NECA. And then
You don't have
obviously
that one either yet?
no, that one's
Dude,
from
I saw
Entertainment
that one
Earth.
I've seen that one in stores like 3 times.
Yeah,
Couldn't gotten
mine,
it and send it to you.
mine should be coming soon, I would hope, but
That's
I have them from Entertainment Earth, so I kind of knew I wasn't gonna get them super early.
Yeah, fuck.
And then the other one from Entertainment Earth is the Goliath from NECA as well, from Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait. That's got to be my most anticipated small scale figure on order.
That's gonna be a big thing. I got a couple like random things here and there from Big Bad Toy Store looking at my pre-order list. Like, I have the Ultima Godzilla from the Singular Point anime on Netflix
cool.
for Godzilla. And then
That was
one thing
cool.
I'm really excited, it's a re-release because they've already came out with the damn thing, but at the 1,000 Toy Synthetic Human, the 12 scale one of them. That one I've been really waiting for. Every time I look at him on Big Bad Toy Store, he goes up in price. Like, I ordered him for like $60, and even before that, like the first release was cheaper than that. But I've been waiting for that one a long time. But overall, I would say my two biggest things outside of maybe Quint that I'm most excited for is Mezco's Predator.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
and then
That's a good
Mezco Batman '89.
Yes.
Those two are probably my biggest ones that I'm really excited about, and the Batman '89 that's very delayed. I know Sean complained about his Thanos being delayed. I'm pretty sure '89 has been delayed probably a good like 6 months longer than that one.
Oh, man.
You went with that over the SHF. You didn't order both, right?
Correct. Yeah.
It
'Cause
looks great.
I've seen the SHF
Yeah.
at places, but the Mezco I know is on delay.
That Predator
Yeah.
does look awesome. That Mayflex one. Or the
Yeah.
Mezco Predator.
Yeah, and I've talked about it before. That's right up like, it's my favorite company making one of my favorite IPs.
Yeah.
So that one couldn't get much better for me as far as that goes. But yeah, I would say that's about it for me. Is with smaller stuff, I am fairly excited about. There's a couple things I need to pull the trigger on that I just haven't pre-ordered or ordered yet. One is like the 3-0 Arya Stark from Season 8. I want that one. And then I want to order Battle Damaged Mark 85. I haven't ordered that one yet. And I think I'll eventually probably order the 2-pack Nightmare Batman and Superman these are all from Hot Toys now. And then
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one. I've been thinking about that one as well.
Yeah, that would be a fun, I think a good Superman to have just from that movie. Good way to kind of represent it. But anyways, yeah, we can kind of get into the news here. With the Mezco Minute, we already kind of went over the Joker Gotham by Gaslight. So, again, that one's $100 shipping now. We will just skip ahead to some of their teasers here from their Comic-Con. And we got the chat blowing up here with what everyone else is kind of goaded that. Oh yeah, I'm Reloading mentioned get that Ledger 2.0 Mafex Joker pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. Got my third from Plaza Japan headed my way. Awesome. Very nice. Yeah, that's...
Wow.
I saw an email for that one was kind of a straight-up re-release, and then... Or, 2.0. And then they're on the 3.0 of the Batman, I think, for that. We covered a couple weeks ago, but... best, and then Brenton, real quick, he asked, what's the best online retailer? BBTS, Entertainment Earth, Dorkside Toys. I've heard good and bad things for all of them. Okay, so the way they're packaged and they take care of your figures, I would say all of them are good. I would say the Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth can get fairly delayed. Dorkside,
Yeah.
I've had minimal purchasing from them. So I don't know a ton, but I just know I've been treated well there when I have ordered. Not 100% sure, but Big Bad Toy Store for the most part on most things is kind of a last place to get a lot of figures, it seems like. So that one, if you're not in a hurry, that's a fun way to order because of the pile of loot that you can do with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you gotta wait for it usually with them.
I tend to go with Entertainment Earth most of the time. One, because sometimes when I was working at the shop, we would order some things from them. And then I ordered my SH Figuarts Falcon from Infinity War from Big Bad Toy Store. And it took them like a week and a half to ship it. So, and it was in stock. So that was my first experience. I don't know if that's just kind of how it is sometimes, but I thought that was kind of crazy. But like, you can't beat the shipping with that, right? Like the $4,
$4, yeah.
Flat rate, yeah. And then you can ship like your pile of loot and stuff. And that also kind of is overwhelming for me with when I have issues with room. That one kind of is tough because I'll accumulate over 3, 4, 5 months worth of stuff on Big Bad Toy Store. And then I decide to ship it, and it's a huge chunk of stuff that I'm getting in, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do with all these things? So, yeah, that one I've had to kind of stay back from that. But yeah, for some of the other companies that aren't like domestic companies, I think we talked about it before. Amazon Japan is a really good way for like MoffX, SH Figure Arts, because of the low price guarantee, and then they ship very quickly, like way quicker than they have any business getting it to you through DHL. And then there's Hobby Link Japan, Ami Ami, and what's the one that Dean likes? Is it Ami Ami?
It's Ami Ami, yeah, because he was telling me about it.
Okay.
I had never heard about it, and I was asking him about it. So
there's a Anime Japan too.
Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, there's a lot of things for small stuff, that a lot of avenues, and yeah, it can kind of get overwhelming, especially like in my position right now. Like Eddie, you're kind of playing it right, where you're limiting your pre-orders so you don't get hit with a bunch of things. For me, it's remembering where I ordered what from. I've definitely ordered things before.
That's why I try to. That's why I try and keep them to like not only how much I have on pre-order, but where I have on pre-order.
Yeah,
I try to keep it between Entertainment Earth, Big Bad, and then Sideshow, but like, or anime. If I do or like overseas stuff, it's usually Anime Japan or now it's Amazon Japan. Now that we were talking to Dorkler about it, but I try to keep it just with those, so that way I know like there's nowhere else possibly that I could have something that'll like surprise me. But some stuff you don't have a choice. Like if it's an exclusive item, you have to order it from certain places. But I try to keep it limited so I don't have those scares happen to me.
Yeah, that's something I have to get better with. Even
I don't know how you. One thing that you can do that I cannot do is let it pile up in my pile of loot. I'm impatient, man. I can the most I could do is like 2-3 figures tops. Once it gets to that, it's like, okay, I gotta send it. I have one figure in my pile of loot right now, and that bugs me. I'm like, dude, I want it.
I like forget about it.
I get really impatient too.
Yeah.
But okay, so God, I was like scrolling through Sideshow looking at my orders, and I ran into the Prime 1 Jungle Hunter again.
So, do it.
No, not
that is.
Can you really?
That's an amazing piece.
A Predator fan and not have that statue?
I would probably. I would say I would be single after that.
Well, you'd have the statue.
Yeah.
But I'd have the statue.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mezco teases to finish up their con. They tease G.I. Joe Firefly. This, I hope, is not an exclusive, but this would be their third figure, and this would probably come out in a month or 2 months for them to keep their promise of every quarter release. So that would be awesome. This guy looks really good. I wasn't a big fan of the way Hasbro did it. Super chunky, super big. So I think this is something that Mezco could really kind of blow out of the water with their soft goods. And then this was huge. This was probably the biggest thing that they teased. 112 Collective Robin. Thank God. Now everyone can shut up about him not liking Robin and it never getting made. Everyone always, I think always counted out Robin being made by Mezco, because there was always that thing that he didn't like Robin, and then he went on to explain. He went on to explain on that stream. I think we covered that, where he pretty much just said, "I just think he's unrealistic for being part of a universe that's supposed to be realistic." So
there was I don't know if it was Robo or Dorkler or who I heard it from, but they made a good point with that Doc Nocturnal body. That's why they went ahead and decided to do the Robin, because of that body. That it would be a good one to do it on.
I think Robo from Foosh mentioned that.
Oh.
He also mentioned, I know a lot of people were arguing about, I've never seen the graph, but there's so many different Robin signals. And there's in a bunch of the Mezco groups, they were arguing about which Robin this was, and
Oh, yeah.
ultimately it does seem like the Damien Robin, but they're saying, you know, if he does one, they could hopefully do them all. But Damien is kind of everyone's like main
Favorite, right?
yeah Robin that they think of.
That's his
But
son, right? Damien's the son, right? Or no? Am I thinking
No.
of another one?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
I don't think any of the Robins are technically his son, except for the storyline like with Deathstroke and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I could be off on that.
I don't know.
Oh,
I thought
it
one
is-
of them.
It is
Yeah.
Damian Wayne. You're right.
Yeah, I thought one of them.
Oh, okay.
Did not know that.
And Damien is the red Robin, right? Is he red?
Hood.
No, I thought one of them was red Robin, or his.
I was
Maybe
thinking.
I'm just thinking his Robin symbol is red. Maybe that's what I'm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, that's cool. I don't know much, but I know Damien, so that's a cool one.
Yeah, this is that's what a lot of people are saying. It's and we'll probably get the Mezco twist on it too. But yeah, like Robo said, like what you brought up, they already got the body made with it's a Spider-Man and Dr. Nocturnal Buck, I think. And that would be a really good one to start him off with. It'd be perfect in my mind. And this one is pretty
Dude,
Oh, cool.
this is dope.
interesting. So this is Spider-Man 2099 they teased, and it's with a blue suit.
Yeah.
Like instead of, I think a lot of people are saying, isn't it supposed to be black or like a darker blue or something?
So go ahead, Sean. You're the resident. I know this answer, but I'll let the resident comics guy answer.
No, go. I want to hear how you explain it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say in the original comics, I think his suit was black, but because it
Right.
was cell shaded or shaded, it shaded blue, right? So people were confused later on or about
And
whether
they
or not
do
it
that a
was
lot,
black or
like-
blue.
Okay.
They do that a lot because even like the early Batman stuff, he was blue, but the way that it printed, it came out darker or lighter sometimes. I forget what issue number it is, but his first, I believe it's his first appearance. If I'm thinking of the right book, it's also that hollow black backed issue with kind of some spider webs on it and stuff. That's his first
Oh.
appearance too. So I don't know if there's a connection there, but
Oh,
dang,
the
I
hollow.
can't forget.
Yeah, you're right. That's
Because
the
it came
first
out with there's a green one, there's a red one. You
Yeah.
know what? Am I thinking 2099? I think it's 2099.
Yeah, I think.
But there's a black one, a red one, green, and I think a blue.
yeah, I think there is a blue one.
So
But yeah, I like the blue color.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it pops really well, and I know Foosh in the past has brought up issues with Mezco where like the head being hard material won't always coincide well with like the rest of the body, but they do a good job in this picture, and they've been getting a lot better at that. So
I like how it has the cape
Yeah, that's cool.
because I don't think the Sideshow exclusive had that one, did it?
I don't think so.
I don't remember the Hot Toys one
Sideshow.
coming with the cape either.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it
talking
doesn't
about.
Oh,
The
doesn't
Hot
come with
Toys.
the
I'm
web.
sorry, it's the Hot Toys, but Sideshow did it as an
Yeah.
exclusive.
oh, okay.
But yeah, I like that's definitely more comic accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah, okay. So what Brenton is clearing up a lot for us, thank you. He said Damien is Batman's kid. It's Talia al Ghul's kid with him.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right. That's the storyline I was thinking of, and yeah, he's kind of a dick in that storyline.
Yeah.
The one I can't remember which one it was that I was thinking of with it, but I was all mixed up. I was thinking of Tim Drake the whole time, I think.
Red
but
Robin.
Tim
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's the Red
Robin.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
he had the great point. Damien is that little asshole we have to deal with, pretty much. He's super annoying in that. But and then Archangel had the good point. Damien is the Robin we deserve, not the one we want.
Well,
That's pretty much sums it up. Danny Lee says Jason Todd became Red Hood, making him the best
Yeah.
Robin. That's, I think, a big common one.
It's
And
it's
yeah,
been a while since we've had a Spider-Man from Mezco, huh?
yeah. We
They did
usually
the
'cause-
black suit when I started collecting. I think that was released a little bit before, like maybe in 17,
Mm.
2017, I think.
and then just the movie ones.
Yeah, the movie
Yeah.
ones. But it's been a while since they've like continued the comic versions of them, I think.
Yeah, so that'd be cool if they kind of dove into that, kind of how the video game for Hot
Well,
Toys
yeah,
is
that
doing.
everybody's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this guy I think looks really good with the red and blue.
Are you getting
and
it
Oh wow.
If
it goes up?
if it comes out, I'll have a hard time putting it off. I'm not a huge fan of it overall.
Yeah.
Like the storyline, I'm not a huge fan of. That's the main thing. But this guy looks
He's
so
Mexican,
cool.
huh, Dylan?
That's it. I've canceled it.
Clip
I've
that.
canceled myself. uh, okay, so this one is pretty good too. The
Oh, wow,
Silent
that's
Hill
cool.
2 Pyramid Head. They teased this guy. This would be a really good one for their horror line as well. I know this is from Silent Hill, and this one's specifically Silent Hill 2, which is a video game.
Mm-hmm.
I have only played a little bit of it. It's like one of those horror kind of jumpy games. And I think this guy is one of those characters that you see a lot throughout the game. And it's like he's like kind of slowly dragging that sword, always chasing after you. But that's about all I remember. And then this baby, this is Godzilla. So
cool.
he's 18 inches tall. He has a light up mouth and those fins or spikes on his back. Movable jaw, always a plus in my book. And then he's got like sounds.
That too.
He's got sounds inside, apparently, that are supposed to make the noise. But yeah, 18 inches tall, that's going to be fairly expensive. Probably like a damn near $200 figure like that big King Kong that they did. So at least they have something to go along with that, and hopefully this helps that sell.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to get it for that big, but we'll have to see. As soon as I say that, it'll just come kill it with release. And then they did a 5 points Popeye and Bolo Oxheart box set. So they're obviously like 3 3/4 inch scale, 5 points line. That's going to continue their Popeye line there too. So that'll be pretty fun.
That's funny.
Shows them like boxing or in their boxing uniforms. I'm guessing they would come with like a ring too, for how they've done box sets in the past with their 5 points line. And then this one was kind of a hidden teaser. So
Wow.
they did one of the days, they did like a face-off where fans voted on Instagram on who would win between certain characters that they've made, and I don't fully remember the whole thing going down. I did vote because I think if you voted, you were entered in a drawing or something like that. So I did get into it and voted, but then like going through it all, they all of a sudden showed pictures of these two guys that we've never seen before, still have never seen. But so it's a teasing of Dr. Nocturnal, just all red instead of black, and mainly black. It's kind of swapped colors, honestly. And then a Nosferatu with a scarier face than anything we've seen. Like super bright red eyes, like super long pointy ears, and then like a kind of a pretty scarring mouth. Like his mouth is like wide open with super long teeth. Looking like a badass. So yeah, that one looks pretty good. And then oh, sorry.
Nice.
Go ahead, Sean.
Mafex came out with their Wonder Woman 84 Golden Armor version, set to release May 31st, 2022 for $129.99 per BBTS, not BTS. I have not seen this movie, so do any of you guys know kind of the use of her armor?
She
How has
uses
it
it
not
at
seen this?
yeah, she uses it towards the end of the movie. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but
I mean, I expected it to be a bigger deal than it was at the time.
yeah, me too.
It's kind of cloudy, the purpose of it. They didn't fully cover it real well. I will say I'm not a negative person with movies and things like that, but I was so sad about this movie. I was so jacked, so ready for it, and I was pretty sad about it.
I enjoyed it overall just because I love her in that role, but there was a lot of things about it that I wish they would have did more of, like focused more on the Cheetah character than Max Lord and that kind of stuff, because she is such a huge nemesis for Diana, you know.
It is her like main.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know, she basically uses the Shawn at the end of the movie, like in her like final battle, but like Dylan said, it's like 10 minutes or something. It's really kind of lackluster, but it's cool looking though. It's really cool looking.
It's awesome.
Does it just kind of like appear, or is it something that she had to go like grab and?
It's something, yeah. It's like a physical thing she had to go get and like put on, yeah.
Okay.
I think that the head sculpt looks pretty good too.
Look really good too. Yeah,
they do.
I like I like the unhelmeted head sculpt and the helmeted one. I think they both look really good.
Yeah, if they come out with that, that's going to be some of MoffX's best face printing and head sculpting. So we'll have to see how that ends up. For sure.
Okay, and then MoffX also is coming out with their Return of Superman, Cyborg Superman, releasing May 31st, 2022 for $104.99. I think, first off, not being a huge DC fan, I think this looks really cool. I think it looks really different compared to some of the other cyborg style characters that have been done. I'd like to maybe see them do what's his name from Marvel? Lock on or what? No, I can't remember it. But I think it looks really good. I think the head sculpt looks really good. The way they kind of cut it up in like his Superman's face compared to the cyborg. I think the gun is really cool. Again, not really knowing the storyline on this one, I think it's a cool accessory to have. What do you guys think?
Peps, I want to hear you. So, Peps, first thing, what do you what do you think of this guy? And second,
Deathlock. That
oh, okay.
Who's that? Brenton. Deathlock. I'd like to see them do something with Deathlock.
Yeah. Second thing, second question I want to ask you, Peps, is can you explain the storyline on why he's a cyborg, like that whole thing, real quick in a summary?
Yeah, it's. I think the character looks cool. I was never a huge fan of this character. I mean, I wouldn't pick it up, but it does look cool. It was in a storyline that where what was initially when Superman fought Doomsday and he was initially dead, and or people thought he was dead.
So it was part of that Death of Superman story.
Yeah, and then they had I forget, it was like, I can't remember what the title was, but it was like the Superman or something, and there was these different versions of like these people that showed up to like take Superman's place, and this was one of them. And I mean, but it wasn't really Superman, it was just another guy. I can't remember for sure, but they had like this guy.
He was like created in a lab by Lex Luthor, one of them was, right? Like as a kid.
Connor Kent was his name, yeah.
Okay.
Then they had like John Henry Irons showed up then. Reign of the Superman. And he was in like he had like a real giant hammer and like an all steel like looking outfit.
Was it one of those situations where like even like villains like Lex Luthor and stuff like that realized that, you know, we actually do need Superman?
I cannot remember, honestly. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I read that storyline. Um, I'm trying to remember how long it was until Superman actually reemerged, which was in the black suit and
Right.
had the real long hair and everything.
Those ones had the poly bags back in the day when they released the white poly bag and the black poly bag for the death and the rise.
What the
Oh,
hell's a
Return.
poly bag?
like
Yeah, like they would kind of like use them as incentives. Sometimes like these poly bags would have like cards, like animated cards of the superheroes that had like their stats and stuff. But this one
oh,
had
okay.
the death of had a black poly bag with a red Superman logo that was bleeding, and then the return of, I think is what it was, had a white background with just his regular Superman logo. They also did the same thing for Miles Morales. Like his first appearance was polybagged, and
Oh, wow.
I thought
collectible wise, there's always an argument
It's
whether it's
I
better to
thought
have it
poly
polybagged or not.
I thought polybag was something that went alongside a catheter.
It's funny that we're talking about this because it was one of the last Dark Layer episodes they were talking about this, and Larry knew the stuff that guy knows. He knew every name, it just blew me away listening to that. I mean, he named who this guy was. I cannot remember his name. It just blew me away how he could remember all that stuff because I can't.
DC Comics, he's very very good with.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was really impressed.
Yeah, I envy that for sure. I'll admit most of my DC like comic information just comes from a lot of the animated movies, which are most of them are very well done, mind you.
Oh yeah,
right?
they've done some really good
So,
ones. Yeah.
They've done a good job with a lot of them, and most of them are almost straight out of the comics. Like watching, so my favorite comic obviously is The Dark Knight Returns. It's a 2-part movie, animated movie that they have out on that, and it's almost identical to that. And in my opinion, well done. It wasn't like offensive to the classic comic, which is like considered to be like one of the best Batman ones of all time.
Yeah. It's
So
legendary.
I don't feel too bad about it, but yeah, I would say that's where most of my knowledge comes from on the DC side. I didn't get into comics growing up a lot, so that's how I had to. But yeah, Reign of Superman, that's right. That's what it is. Because there's eventually, isn't there like a scene where essentially like there's like 3 or 4 Superman all fighting each other at the same time, including this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I think there's going to be other figures most likely coming along with this. Mofex has done a great job moving along, or fulfilling, I guess, comic lines, right? Like coming out with a bunch of different characters in each one, so that's been really good.
Yeah.
Moving on to McFarlane. McFarlane didn't have a ton, but the first big thing that I kind of wanted to outline is they opened up a online retail store. They teased it and then released it fairly quickly. I think it went live yesterday. Right now they have a exclusive, which is this 5-pack.
Oh wow.
They're all already released figures, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's the Batman Last Night on Earth Multiverse exclusive 5-pack. There are 7-inch figures, $125, and the max you can order is 2 units, and it ships in October. Now you do get something out of it as well. So I had it up here. You have, if you spend $50 plus, you receive an exclusive comic book and 5% off. You got to use the promo spawn 50 at checkout. Or if you're ordering this and some other things, they have you need to spend $200 on this next one and receive a signed exclusive comic book and 5% off. So you get signed and the exclusive comic book, and that promo code is spawn 200. So I just thought that was kind of a cool call out real quick.
I feel like
Yeah.
McFarlane like tries to cater to inbox collectors sometimes, because he'll do these things where it has like special packaging, and that's kind of who I see getting this.
Yeah.
because obviously it's already a fully released wave. I see people who are inbox collectors grabbing this and they want something a little more limited,
Hmm.
something you could display like that. That's really because he made it a big deal with the Kickstarter too, the packaging. He made it such a big deal. He's like this prestige packaging and everything. So I think for him, it's like I feel like he's trying to cater to those inbox collectors when he does things like this.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a big part of the whole what do you want to call, like, industry that he wants to have. You know, that, like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a lot of the regular people just picking up, oh, here's a $20 figure, gonna buy this. And then there's a lot of other people as well who want to have something collective or collectible.
Yeah.
And that's cool that, yeah, he is trying to help them out in a sense, and hopefully them having their own online store, it looks well done. Like, if you go to it, it looks like it's been there forever, honestly. It doesn't look like a day old online store. It looks pretty well done. There's not a ton on there yet.
Nice.
But I really hope he uses this for some exclusives as well, instead of so much weight with Target and Walmart. But again, you don't know how much control they have over that due to licensing. So I just thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, and these are all the figures. I believe that Bane was the build
That's
figure
cool.
from it.
I love
Yeah.
how Batman has Joker's head in a jar.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. The only things I see that are sold out currently is the Batman that he designed himself, and then the 2-pack of Superman vs. Devastator.
And
That's
the
a-
2-pack is the Flash 2-pack sold out? I think it was sold out last time I looked.
Was it? Flash
Yeah.
2-pack. Who is it with?
Reverse. It's either Reverse Flash and Flash, or it's the Flash from Death Metal, the Batman Flash. I don't know what that one's. Red Death.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that 2-pack was sold out too. But yeah, the 2-packs were sold out for some reason. I don't know.
I've been thinking about getting that. I've seen it, picking up that Superman and Devastator 2-pack. It's pretty cool looking.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere, so it must have been.
And even that, Scott, the way he puts them in the figure, or in the box, they're already fighting. So it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I
can
have
keep them
a.
like that. And...
I have a. I think it was from DC Direct. They did a Superman and Doomsday set like that, where it's
Right.
like straight out of the comic, where Superman's suit's all tore up and they're in the box like that fighting. So I just left it in there. I didn't open it.
That's a great segue.
Yeah, so the other kind of big news with McFarlane is that they now have taken over the DC Direct stuff.
Oh,
so
okay.
that pretty much takes over the DC
That's
line
what it
for
was.
cheaper figures. So that's nothing
I
but
can't remember.
good news, I think, on that end of things. So hopefully there's a lot
pretty
to come
much
there.
It's pretty much the same stuff that they're already doing, right? DC Direct, it's all the same lines. I think it's just from now on, McFarlane his warehouses are making them, and I think he's in charge of, like, not necessarily maybe designing, but it's based off of other art, so it's not like he's deciding how the figures look, but like I think he's overseeing it all. But I think it's just the same stuff. It's just him overseeing everything, and then his warehouse is making everything.
Cool.
Right, yeah. Like more control over it all overall. So hopefully we see some more variety with things as well too, right? Within DC, I know that's a big thing that a lot of people were complaining about. So hopefully that allows some more expansion there, but it says as well on their website that McFarlane Toys have entered into a global licensing agreement with WBCP to unleash a new line of McFarlane toys, design statues, busts, and figures based on DC's expansive roster of iconic characters. And it looks like most of them will be coming in 2022. And then, yeah, like you said, Eddie, McFarlane will also manage the current DC Direct inventory.
Yeah.
So it'll continue to produce high-quality collectibles, including fan-favorite lines in the DC Designer series, Batman Black and White, which that one has a big cult following as well. Black and White does. And then Harley Quinn Red, and then White and Black overall.
I wonder if this means we'll start seeing DC Direct in retail stores, because DC Direct was always
It was just
like Diamond. It was distributed like
yeah,
to comic shops, and
just
then
comic shops. Yep.
you'd see some of the statues in like Hot Topic and Box Lunch. Every once in a while, you'd see some of the art series statues. So I wonder if this means we're going to see them in like Walmarts and Targets now too, or how that's going to work.
That'd be
I
cool.
wouldn't be surprised because Diamond's kind of they're kind of phasing out, you know, and
Yeah.
these creators are trying to figure out better ways to get their stuff. Like they've DC's already jumped to Lunar for their comics, you know, and with now with like McFarlane and stuff, and I think even like Marvel's going to Penguin. So soon all DC's going to have are some of these smaller shops that like just order small time like inventory, and then like their DC or Diamond Direct stuff, like their galleries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. It also kind of worries me because I'm pretty sure my comic book store, that's how I get my Mezco figures, is through Diamond. So hopefully they set something up with
okay.
Mezco Direct. But okay, so kind of moving on to Super 7. We covered a lot of these exclusives for Comic-Con last show. This one that you're seeing here is the Godzilla Reaction Shogun Godzilla, so 3 3/4 inch, $25. And then there's also like the Brave Little Tailor, that $295 16-inch tall Mickey Mouse. And then there's the Red Ranger Battle Damage one. So this is also part of the Reaction line. So everything Reaction is 3 3/4 inch again.
Yeah.
And then then these ones are all saying Q3 of 2021. And then there's also the green one, Battle Damaged. And then Eddie,
cool.
you just threw this in here today, but they teased Dragon Zord for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is their Reaction line.
Yeah, it said Wave 2 is coming next week, I think.
Jesus,
so I think they're going to show off the next wave next week.
They pump shit out so quick. And then this one is that Megazord that we discussed as well, $85. And this is like the red clear version. So that's the exclusive one, obviously.
That's cool.
And then the Thundercats Groon. And this one is already in stock, I believe, at BBTS. I don't think this was SDCC exclusive, but and then the Czarface, I think we covered this one before as well. This one's $20, and I think the pre-order was up on July 22nd, so that this one might be gone already. But then there's the Ghost Palpa Emeritus. And then this is one of the ones that I've always talked about with their packaging being really cool. It's like the upside down cross. It's like a super kind of foiled shiny thing. They showed it in their video for SDCC, I think. But that'll be a cool one. And then this cheap
Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Atom Bomb, Garbage Pail Kid, red version. Also $20. And then their Fourth Horseman, the Fourth Worstman of the Apocalypse. This is Captain Deadstar with War Jaguar, $45.
Dude, I thought that was a typo on the show sheet when it said.
Yeah, I
read
too.
it and I was like, Fourth Worsen. I was like, what the?
I did too, and then I remembered seeing the video where they talk about it, and that's what they obviously call
Kind
it.
of looks like Skeletor on what's Skeletor's cat?
Battle Cat.
No, that's He-Man's. What's Skeletor?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well that's
I'm
what
not
it looks
sure.
like.
And then there's the Army of Darkness Pitch Witch, and this one's glow in the dark.
Oh, cool.
And then the
Nice.
Deadite Scout. I've never heard
That's
of this
cool.
one from Army of Darkness.
Oh man,
That's
I
really
love Army
cool
of
looking.
Darkness. It's so good.
Do you?
Yeah.
And then this one is that metallic version of Michelangelo from TMNT. also a reaction, and it comes in with that big case and for $40.
That's really cool.
Again, Q3.
That reminds me of the like when I was a kid having the original turtle carrying case with that you could put the figures in.
Yep. That's obviously where they're trying to hit home there. And then they did Transformers Ultimates Wave 2 line. You could do all four of the set for $215 or $54.99 each. It looks like Q2 of 2022. And this includes Trax, Grimlock, Megatron, and Bludgeon. I don't know anything about these guys. Do you?
Yeah, are any of Sean or Peps or either of you guys Transformer guys?
I remember them. I remember having the skeleton dude. I can remember having that, and he like opened up, and he came with like another Transformer inside, and I can't. They had a name, and I just can't remember what they were called. But I'm familiar with the characters. I don't remember Grimlock serving drinks on a platter.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
I don't remember that, but it's cool.
I think their box art is really cool, and I know I've brought this up before, and Eddie has as well. But if they did small soldiers with that box art, that'd be awesome.
That would be
That'd
cool.
be awesome. Please, Super 7, Super 7 or NECA, somebody make.
I think I'd rather have Super 7 do it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going to do that type of box art, definitely.
Super 7 would do, they would blow it out of the water with box art, and then with the accessories, NECA would probably be much cheaper, and then, give you some of the main things. I know one of the things, you guys were talking about how you didn't know what half of these accessories were for. I think Foosh, Robo mentioned that on Foosh Weekly as well. Like, a lot of these are super deep dive. Accessories, so that's one thing that they have going for them or working against them, right? So like they're like $55, or if you compare that to NECA, that they're sitting at about 30. So you got to decide how important those extra accessories are. I could see either one working here, but yeah. Sean,
Sorry,
you want to grab
guys,
this
give
one?
me 1 second.
Sorry.
Baby monitor's going off. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll take this one. He was originally supposed to lead off here, but so Dragon Ball Z. There's the SH Figure Arts Krillin, Earth's Strongest Man, $55, and this is due January 2022. And I gave you the price of what he is on Big Bad. That if you look overseas at some other retailers, you'll probably see him a little bit cheaper there. But I know a lot of people are excited about this one. And then there's a bunch of other teases as well. So they also tease like Zarbon, Kefla, Roshi, Dodoria.
Kefla?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones.
That's I thought that was Kale.
I honestly have no idea. I'm not going to argue with you because I have no clue.
I don't know either.
I don't either.
I don't know that character, but I'm pretty sure it's Kale because maybe you're reading like the Japanese names.
I'm actually just going on Sean's list. So funny thing, Sean has a baby problem.
That's two things.
And then I just get left. I just get left for the wolves here. Don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I feel out of the loop this week, guys. So bear with me.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
And then I think this is selfishly speaking, but the biggest news is that MonsterArts, they confirmed essentially on, I think, Japan's P Bandai for right now. Hopefully we'll see it elsewhere, but a repaint, or they're calling it a special color version of King Ghidorah from the 2019 movie, Godzilla King of Monsters. So this will be pretty awesome. I know they have them at 22,000 yen, which is, probably $220, $230 here in the US. We'll probably see it up for $250. that I know is fairly pretty good site for a lot of people because he was going for good prices, like anywhere from $300 to $400. So funny thing, when I sold mine, a big reason, if you guys remember, why I sold him was number one, because of the paint, was not a big fan of the mustard color that he was. Because he was like kind of a flat, matte, like yellow mustard color. And then the other, I just wasn't a fan of the paint overall. And then the wings, which the wings are still going to be a big issue. It doesn't look like they did anything with that. I know some people were like seeing pictures of them with the thumbs on the wings here on the corners, like right at the base of them. But the final pictures that they released of them don't have that, and it just looks straight up like a repaint. So the wings could still be an issue. Hopefully they made them a little better. I will order this guy.
Yeah,
Even
the
though
color looks really good.
Yeah, he's way more
Compared to the
metallic.
movie.
Yeah, way more goldy looking, a lot better looking from the movie. And I hope that the mouth is done better as well. Their mouths were not well painted in the first one. How they look here, it looks 10 times better, honestly, than the other one. But their tail came off easy. The neck pieces would come off easy. And yes, they did that to avoid breaking, which I appreciated. I just hope it's a little sturdier build for probably what's going to be a $200 to $250 figure. So, all right. So moving on to NECA, what?
I said a new Frankenstein.
Yeah, another Frankenstein. So this is they're calling it the black and white version, 7-inch. The final packaging was released there. And then the new McGrady one that we mentioned a while back. This is the survival or station survival version of him. So he's got like the jacket on and flamethrower. I think he's got like a head sculpt with a hood on, sort of thing. I think that's the end of the movie, kind of where you see him like that as well. So this one is the What If line of Alien vs Predator. So this is based off of the video game Alien vs Predator the old arcade game. There are 3 different versions of the alien, arachnoid, chrysalis, and razor claw, but these ones are repainted to kind of look somewhat more realistic. They're not the video game style. I don't have any of these ones, but these repaints I will probably get. If I see them in stores, they will be mine. I really like the arachnoid and the chrysalis one. I like kind of that head thing on them.
Yeah, that's cool looking.
Chrysalis.
Yeah, I like them too. I like the paint job better with the more realistic kind of a paint job.
Much better. I think that was a really good choice by them to sell these figures better.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this kind of irked a couple people. This is the My Bloody Valentine clothed miner figure. You can get them on 35 to $36 due in October of 2021. The reason why I say this irked a lot of people is because this was supposed to be a exclusive, I believe. The original one, and I think a lot of people were saying the only difference was the box, which I put on the right here. It's kind of a plaster card. And I think the regular version was a different type of box, or the exclusive, sorry.
So this is the reissue. That's what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah. It's like just the same thing, essentially.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of people were kind of annoyed or upset at that, but honestly, you see too many NECA people complain about not getting a figure that they want because of scalpers and things like that. So you gotta choose one.
How long ago was it made, the original? Do you know?
I thought it was last year, but I think it was always supposed to come out around October anyways. but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check on that. We covered it a long time ago. I think it's been, if this comes out in October, it will be close to a year since we've seen this, or since I think I think it was Damien, when Damien was still on, that we covered this one.
wow.
So I think
Yeah,
that
I've never. Has to have been a while ago because I've never seen this figure.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember where it was supposed to be an exclusive ad. It was like the Shout Factory. I can't remember. It was some sort of like exclusive, like scary store that was supposed to be going on with it.
Oh, you got to be used to reissues with NECA now, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you would
or
think.
like a re-release in a different way. I mean,
or repaint.
those
This
turtles.
yeah, this
Movie
one is
Turtles has
essentially
been-
Yeah, they've been released numerous times. Or
Yeah.
re-released, yeah.
yeah, and like this one is essentially a repack. So yeah, something like a repack, repaint, re-release. So this one that we're looking at, I think, is the Ultimate Casey Jones. As
This is
of
cool.
And Sean, you might have to help me out here. You said as of July 30th, it has been shipping to Walmart stores.
Yeah, so
Ooh, nice.
it said that it's already heading to stores. I think it's good. It's weird the way it was listed because it's already been hitting some Walmarts, but I couldn't find it on Walmart.com either. So, but yeah, so apparently it's already been hitting stores.
Gotcha.
Cool.
And then staying with TMNT, Rocksteady and Bebop. These ones are the old, like, I think the video game or retro ones. The 2-pack is on Big Bad Toy Store right now for $55. That is finally up there if you want to get these guys. And then I didn't know this one. Eddie had to tell me about this one, but they also are doing kind of a repaint of the Predator Ultimate Assassin, the unarmored version of him, and as a deluxe figure for $60.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was me not paying attention in the movie, but I guess when his skin changes color, that's when he's armored, right? Because the first one was all gray. And does that mean that he's like? Was that the armor? Or I don't know. That's what I thought when
it seems like I can remember him. Yeah, doing something like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I watched the movie one time, got offended, and never watched it again. So
I've watched it. I watched it just once too.
You, even as a like massive Predator fan, you didn't like it, Dylan?
I honestly did. I went into it. I knew the reviews were shit, and I'm like, that doesn't mean anything because I liked AVP. I liked AVPR. Like I like
What
those
about
movies.
Predators?
Yes, I liked Predators.
Yeah, I liked all those. Yeah.
I liked all of those, and I went into it actually fairly like with an optimistic mindset, and I got about halfway through, and I'm like, what the hell are we fucking watching?
You know who saved the movie for me? The dude, maybe one of you guys know his name. The dude that played Punisher in the old Punisher movie.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
he was hilarious.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the movie,
He was
like the banter
he
that
was
they
like-
had and everything. He's kind of like messed up in the head a little bit. He was funny,
Yeah.
dude.
I can remember seeing behind the scene, like when they were filming this. I don't think it made it in the movie, but I can remember them like behind the scenes stuff when they were filming it, and it showed like these Predators on like these tanks with the guys, like some of those military guys, like they were almost like riding on the tanks with them or something.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I
was just
think-
like,
I think it's a deleted scene or it was cut or something because they also
Yeah.
made the figures. NECA made the figures of the Predators that had
okay,
the military vests and like
yeah.
they had machine guns, and so I guess in the movie they were supposed to fight with the humans, like against maybe some of these armored
Wow.
predators or whatever, and I don't think they ended up going that way.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, it was one of those that almost got lost in production hell. I know they mentioned that it was rewritten a couple times, and like they removed a bunch of people. So it was one of those that politics got in the way of, I think. But apparently there's a new Predator movie on its way, so I'm getting excited again about it. So we'll have to see.
Cool.
Let's go through the
this one-
comments. Sorry, what?
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say the new Predator movie is supposed to be based off of the original Predator.
The first
So that's
Predator to
gonna be
visit
cool.
Earth.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the comments here. Badfish said I knew Dylan would like this one. Talking about King Ghidorah. And then Zach said, I remember I had to pose the one at Steven's Collectible for a display case we were working on. I honestly never felt worse about a $200+ figure. Yes, that was actually the one I bought. I bought their display one. I got a discount on it because it was the display one. And funny thing, I actually came out on top, not like trying to out of it. So I sold it on eBay afterwards, and at that point, I just put it up for I put it up, I think, for 300 or best offer or something.
Yeah.
No, didn't even give me a best offer. Sold it for that. I send it out,
Wow.
and then he rejects it. I don't hear anything from the buyer, anything, and I get return to sender to my house with it.
What the heck?
So I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do with this. So I just put it back up again for the same price, sells again immediately to someone else, and I sell it and never see it again. So I made like double money off of it. I messaged eBay. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I feel like is this like a scammer thing? What do I do? And they're like, you have no alerts, you have nothing. We're not going to interfere.
The dude that sent it back, he also let you keep the money?
Never messaged me anything.
What the heck?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
What the fuck, man?
So I have
I wish
no
that would happen to me.
I don't know. Everybody's
was-
got eBay problems about people trying to scam them, and Dylan's getting $300 for free. What the fuck?
That was the luckiest thing to ever have. So I essentially sold it for like $600.
Damn.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then Badfish said crazy it was selling for $300 plus. Yeah, no kidding. That's kind of what I was saying, that it's pretty nice that they're doing it that way, but the frustrating part is this is how it should have looked in the first place, not that matte weird mustard color.
Yeah.
But Badfish said as long as there's some difference, I am okay with companies doing stuff like this, even if it's packaging or accessory. I've never seen this figure either, and I usually see most of you news. Yeah, I'm guessing he's talking about the My Bloody Valentine. I'm pretty laid back about it overall. So, is Casey going to be on the NECA store? Not sure. Yeah, we'll have to get back to you on that one.
I feel like everything ends up on the freaking NECA store eventually.
Eventually, yeah, it usually does get to that point, but usually takes a little bit to get there. If you see it somewhere, so I know we mentioned Walmart, that means it'll be like just solely at Walmart for a certain amount of time, and then it'll kind of break off to other retailers, and you'll see it
on their Instagram post. It just says available in Walmarts. So maybe for now it's a Walmart exclusive, like Dylan said, and then maybe we'll see it in other places later on, because it's gonna sell out and people are gonna complain.
Oh yeah, you won't be able to find it.
NECA store.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Okay, so this one is the.
This is cool.
Oh wait, I'm all lost here. Sorry.
I didn't see
There are
this.
additional previews.
Secret of Ooze Ultimate Shredder, obviously 7-inch scale. So this is just the final packaging on what we're looking at there, on how the box is gonna look. Then Gremlins 2, the new batch Demolition 2-pack. Scott, you like Gremlins, right? Or
Yeah,
do you collect them?
I have a few from NECA. I haven't bought every single one, but I have a few, and they're so awesome, fantastic figures.
They're super popular,
and they have great articulation too. The ears, the jaws. I mean, they have a lot of articulation. They're really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you get one, you'll have to showcase it on here. I want to see. What they're like.
I'll probably pick this up if I can find it, because I really liked the design of the Gremlins in the second one a little bit more than the original. So.
Do you have all of them, Scott, or you just pick up some?
No, I just have. What do I have? I just have. Well, it's like, remember Stripe from the first one, the original one. the Mohawk. I have him, and then I have the version of basically of him with the what was like more like a blade on his head from the second movie. Those are the only two I have.
Since they did the, do you remember the Ultimate Gamer one that was only available at GameStop for a while?
Yeah, I do.
Since that one came out, I have everything after that release, and that's really the
Cool.
only horror things I buy is Gremlins, just because
They're
I
s-
thought
They're
it'd be
fantastic.
cool. I thought it'd be really cool if I had a whole collection set up and then had Gremlins scattered all over the place, like just
Yep.
one here. Like even if it's not, like even if it's with Marvel or DC or whatever, I just wanted a Gremlin everywhere, so they
Mhm.
could be like, you know, as if they're actually Gremlins scattered around the room or whatever. I thought it'd be really cool, but I love. It's the only horror stuff I get. I mean, if they ever
Yeah.
do if NECA ever does Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, then I'll get that.
Oh,
But,
I'm really shocked they haven't,
I
honestly.
know, but this is this is probably my favorite NECA line, other than like the movie Turtles.
Yeah, I agree.
I love this
I
line.
feel like you can just scroll past them at any point, anything like NECA anything, and you'll run into them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you'll run into figures made by them. I could have swore that they made Jeepers Creepers figure, but I think we've talked about this
Maybe
before. But
maybe
they
a
must
long
not
time
have.
ago, but
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's definitely one. If I'm surprised if they haven't made, I'm surprised they haven't. So
No kidding. There's not much out there like altogether, but okay. So the Wolfman. This is the final packaging for that one. Is another part of their classic Universal Monsters.
that's cool.
yeah.
And then this one would be the Defenders of Earth Ming. The Merciless. Oh, Ming the Merciless. And then this one got me the most excited. The
That looks
Thing-
amazing.
Or, I mean, sorry, not the Thing. Jaws, obviously. Hooper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
That
head sculpt looks great.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Like, he's got, like, that shit grin on his face with the... like a kind of a smirk. Yeah, this looks really good. It's interesting that they have the three different looks on them. That's really nice with the three head sculpts. You know,
Yeah.
version without a hat, and then with the beanie on, because he has all these different looks obviously throughout the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice that we get those different looks. Hopefully that just comes with the same figure. I can see them doing that, but we'll have to see.
Well, I was almost wondering, like when you look at his hair, the way it's like rounded, like maybe that you can just swap the hats off and on, you know, because it looks like the hat would just fit right on the hair, the way like
Right.
it's
Oh,
So-
you could be right.
maybe.
Which-
I don't know.
Yeah, which could be what it is. Either way, I'm
Yeah.
not mad about it either.
No,
Like,
not
Yeah.
at all.
I would like that flexibility from scene to scene. I think it's fairly, one of these hats is fairly scene specific, like where he's just sitting on that dock. But I really hope that they do a good
Yeah.
Hooper.
The scene with him is one of my favorite scenes from Jaws, when they're all under the boat and they're all talking about like war stories and like their scar stories.
Yeah.
And then I forgot if it was Chief or Quint that's talking to him, and he's like talking about his tattoo, and he's like, "Wait, let me guess, mother."
Yeah.
Me and my brother say that to each other all the time. Like when we say, "I think I want to get a tattoo," then we say, "Let me guess, mother."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was fun, dude.
He's one of my favorite characters in the movie, and I'm so glad in the movie how they portrayed him rather than in the book. In the book, it's actually kind of messed up. I don't know if you guys have ever read the book. I actually just I
No,
bought
I
the
haven't.
4K. I bought the 4K Steelbook for Jaws just today from Target.
Nice.
Because tomorrow we're gonna invite Amanda and I are gonna have a friend over and we're gonna watch it 4K. A friend of hers who's never seen Jaws, so I'm just like
Wow.
jacked
Oh
about it.
man.
Yeah, and so,
So
I
good.
went out and bought the 4K. We're gonna have a couple beers and sit down and watch it. I'm gonna have to hold myself from quoting it word for word because
I've watched.
literally
I've watched it so many times.
yeah. It's
It's just-
it's like what I grew up with. And I
Yeah.
called my mom before the show because I remembered after I bought it. I just had like a random memory. I'm like, Mom, do you remember how as like a kid, before I even like knew how to read, I made you read me the original Jaws book. She's like, yes. I'm like, and then I read it again like a few years later, and it was it was a completely different book because there's so many parts that they have to leave out that they would not like read out loud to me as a kid because they were so there's such like nasty scenes. So like Hooper in the book sleeps with Chief Brody's wife.
What?
He has like an affair with her, I'm pretty sure.
What a
Wow.
bastard, dude.
And he gets killed in the end. I think he dies in the book.
Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen. Cooper's my favorite character, so I'm glad.
Yeah.
he
Exactly. Yeah,
So
so
I guess
he's
that's spoilers. Tell your friend not to watch this.
they did a really good job of portraying him in the movie, I think, or changing his character a little bit to be quite a bit more likable. So
I just watched this not too long ago. This big like documentary about it, and learned a lot of stuff about like making the movie that I didn't know, and like just how much of a nightmare it was making it. But Richard Dreyfuss like turned that role down like 3 or 4 times
yep.
before he finally agreed to do it. I thought that was really interesting.
The making of it is almost worth it in itself. Even if
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie, watch the making of it.
Oh, it
So-
was awesome. Yeah.
There's a lot of like big things about Jaws that a lot of people don't realize. Like that's one of the movies where the term blockbuster, like if a movie is a summer blockbuster, excuse me, that's where that came from, was Jaws, because people literally lined up. Holy shit, I'm gonna die. Sorry. People literally lined up around the block to get in to see the movie on the summer. Like they would just sell out theaters all over the place. So that's where the term came from. And then like in the making of it, a lot of times you always hear the shark. The reason why we don't see the shark much throughout the movie until about, I think they say like 3/4 of the way through the movie, we finally see the shark. And the reason of that is functional mechanical problems. They built it for salt or for fresh water, and they needed it for salt water, and it broke down all the time. The mechanical shark Bruce did. So they had to kind of come up with a bunch of different solutions to still like make a great movie and not have to overuse the shark. So they did a really good job of yeah, not my
Hell yeah, they did.
Jaws with the book. But yeah,
Did
so
you see,
they did a really
Alvin's
good job.
comment? Has John even seen Jaws?
If that is the
No.
movie of the week,
He-
I will
no,
make
he
sure
said-
I'm on that.
He said he has not seen it, so
Holy
He hasn't?
shit, man.
no.
No, this week's
I-
movie of the week, Dylan, is Alien.
What?
That's a good one.
It is?
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
picked
one.
it.
Okay, I'll have to see if I can be on for that one, because that's another.
I didn't know John hadn't seen Jaws though. We got to do that one at some point. But Dylan, have you ever
that's-
been to Universal Studios, like where the actual prop was?
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
when I was there, the ride was not open. I was so sad about it.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
man,
that's like
that's
my
I have-
favorite part of Universal Studios is going
I
on the
have-
tour.
Not
and
seen
seeing
any
Jaws.
of that.
It's
Okay,
awesome.
so if I go to Universal Studios, so I went down to Florida. If I go in California, that's where the main like props and stuff are at.
They took it. Florida doesn't have anymore. They completely took the right out.
Okay, yeah, that's I
Yeah.
think what was happening when I was there.
Yeah, I was shocked because I didn't know that, and my wife and I went there, and I'm like, "Where the frick is Jaws? Oh, we don't have it no more." And I'm like, "What?" It was amazing when I was there
It used
before.
to be right off their lake, right? That lake
Yeah.
that was kind of like in the center.
They removed it to
Someone-
build the Harry Potter park. So that's why they removed it.
Oh, is that where it's at?
Oh,
right
you were
there?
talking about Florida then. When
Yeah.
I was gonna say, someone told me they removed it to build all this stuff. But
Yeah.
I think it was you, and
Oh,
I was
man,
like,
I'm
I
so
think
pissed.
it's still in Cali. They did the Harry Potter and Simpsons like they did out there, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Jaws is still part of the tour. I know they took out some parts of the tour because they added in like a Fast and Furious segment to it, but Jaws is the best still in.
When I come out that way, because I've actually never been to the Los Angeles area ever in my life, so when I do, we got to do that.
Yeah, dude. That would be
It's
fun.
awesome. Yeah, it's an awesome experience.
Yeah. Okay, so this was the Defenders of the Earth 2-pack. Sorry that I stumbled over. That they showed for this was Ming and then the main guy. I'm just blanking on his name.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was at LA Comic-Con when I went in the end of 2019.
Oh, cool.
I stood next to him. That dude is tall as shit. I think it's when I went to get a signing from Lou Ferrigno, and him and Lou Ferrigno's little booth was right next to each other, and they were like talking and hanging out because they're both huge dudes. And he was. I remember thinking like, dude, he's bigger than Lou is, and Lou's fucking huge. So
Yeah, he is.
I've heard that before. Okay, so Sean, we got your trivia before our mid plug
Oh, wow.
here. Let's
Okay,
hear
so
it.
for small talk trivia today, according to IMDb, how tall is King Ghidorah? Is it A, 50 meters, 164.04 feet, B, 100 meters, 328.8 feet, or 08 feet, C, 210 meters, 688.97 feet, or D, 150 meters, 409 feet.
do panels get a? Do we get a guess too?
Start thinking about it, and we'll go over it right after the
Okay.
after the mid.
All right.
Okay. So you don't want us to guess right now?
No, just think about it. We'll talk about it after the mid.
Okay. All right. So we'll have to hear the answer right after this word from our sponsor.
It's Watto Scrapyard, Annie. We want to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring tonight's episode.
You can find them on Instagram at Watto Scrapyard. They're also on Facebook and eBay as well.
Yeah, man, they make 3D printed parts for hard-to-come-by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, which is a huge help when you're looking for those lost pieces. They also make printed head sculpts of literally anybody you could think of.
Literally anyone. They've made a head sculpt of me. They've made head sculpts of PewDiePie for you. They've made all kinds of Jedi, all kinds of characters from the Star Wars universe. They are absolutely amazing. They can get any sculpt you want designed and printed for a reasonable fee today.
Okay, so our small talk trivia again was according to IMDb. How tall is King Ghidorah? A, 50 meters, B, 100 meters, C, 210 meters, or D, 150 meters. Peps, what do you think?
Thinking about, I don't know, from to the tops of his head with the necks. I'm gonna say 409 feet. D.
You're a bastard, dude. That was my guess. Because it's like it changes all the time, right? Like I don't know about King Ghidorah, but I know like when Godzilla and King Kong first came out, like they were only like 50 feet or 100 feet or something, and then like with each iteration in each movie, they've grown, and now like Godzilla and King Kong are like the size of buildings now, where he used to be able to like scale a building. So I was gonna guess the same as Peps is D, 409.
I say C, 688.
The answer, and you're right. So it does depend on which version of him. The answer is D, 150 meters.
Nice.
What?
So nice, good job.
Heck yeah.
That means Dylan has to take his shirt off.
You know,
Well.
we got to start thinking of some kind of like incentive for the small talk trivia. Just do something fun.
That wasn't
Yeah.
Dylan
Yeah.
moved into it.
So after episode 50, we'll see what we have left over for giveaways, and then Sean and I are trying to think of ideas for a kind of like some sort of game where you can build up points and then start working for like a giveaway or like raffle type thing, and you have like more points in a raffle than others with correct answers, that sort of thing. But
That's cool.
yeah, we'll probably start getting into that. We'll explain that kind of when we figure out more of a system. So we just kind of want to see how this trivia would go. I think we got to grow it a little bit more first, because right now we just got Alvin, who said all of the above, and then Badfish actually got it right.
Yeah.
He's with D.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Okay, so Marvel Legends has announced their What If waves, or their What If wave. They're gonna start off with like the Hydra Stomper. So it's a 6-inch scale figure. It's gonna be $49.99 for December 2021. I'm actually really excited for the Hydra Stomper. Hey, Dylan, go to the next slide for me real quick. I'm really excited about this one. I always think like the big bulky Iron Man type suits are a lot of fun.
Yeah. So try and describe this guy real quick for like audio listeners.
So from what I understand, I won't give too much away, but it's gonna come out of whatever Peggy Carter's episode is, and it has to deal with Steve, and it has to deal with I guess the way they're just gonna fight Hydra in this, where someone else gets an armor over, I guess, Tony Stark, but it's big, it's green, it's like an army green. It's got a couple of boosters on it. Some booster effects, those typical booster effects that we get with like the Iron Man figures. Has what looks like an arc reactor, but it's definitely done more military style for like that army green that it is. Go over to the next one. Yeah, and then you get
That's
a couple paint on there, the star, a couple different hands as well. But I always find these things just as fun. It's like same with like the Hulk figures. I think those are a lot of fun just because they're big and bulky. One of my favorites is that Gray Hulk. But what do you guys think about it, Peps?
I think it's cool. I think out of all the What If characters I've seen, I think this is probably the one that interests me the most. Just cool to think about, instead of Steve being Captain America, he's piloting this massive, like, Iron Man-esque machine, and I mean, he definitely could stomp on some Hydra people with it. I guess he's just squishing them, I guess. And speaking of this, Sean, did you see the version of this the Hot Toys showed off?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they showed off a version of this.
And I saw the Peggy Carter.
It looked humongous, the Hydra Stomper.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She was like crawling on the outside of the Hot Toys version. So Badfish had a good way of describing how this looks like to audio listeners: a tank version of Iron Man, like a World War tank design version of Iron Man, kind of like a greenish but very industrial looking. I guess it looks really cool.
Yeah, it definitely looks
really
like
cool.
It fits for the times. World War II. So, no, I'm really excited about this wave. I would like to probably get the Hot Toys, but I'm probably gonna pick up the rest of the What If wave. So I'll probably just stick with that because I really want what we're about to talk about now is the Watcher wave for Marvel Legends. So Marvel Legends What If wave has 7 figures, sorry, and it features case features of 8 individual packaged figures. It has the T'Challa Star-Lord, possibly 2 zombie caps, 1 Peggy Carter or Captain Carter, they're calling her, the Zombie Hunter Spidey, the Doctor Strange Supreme, the Heist Nebula. I'd like to see what that one's about, the Heist Nebula, because she looks really different. Cool. And then Sylvie. And of course, they're going to come with their Build-A-Figure piece to make the Watcher, due February 2022 for $22.99 each.
Yeah, and I think technically Sylvie's the only one who's not included in the Oh,
is
maybe
the
she
what
is.
if.
Yeah, but maybe she is part of the Build-A-Figure. I didn't think she was
is.
part of it.
Yeah, I think
with
she
the
has
cape.
the cape.
Yeah, looks
She
like
has
it
the
is.
back
Yeah,
cape.
You're right.
I think T'Challa as Star Lord looks really cool.
that's really interesting
Right?
to think about.
I
And
think
this
the colors
was
look really good with the blasters and all.
actually Chadwick Boseman's like last piece
Yeah.
of work before he passed too. So that's
right.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, and it's really cool how they're getting, I guess, most of the actors to come back and to do their voices and stuff. I heard a few may not have been invited back, but
Yeah,
Drax,
the guy.
right?
Yeah, he
oh
was
yeah,
very sour about
Batista. Yeah,
because someone asked him like, "Why aren't you voicing Drax in the What If?" And he answered on Twitter something like, "Let's start with me not getting asked," or something like that. So yeah, I don't think Disney likes him too much, but it's interesting.
So on the zombie cap, didn't they already do one? But it, like, obviously this is the like an animated version. But wasn't that just recently released?
I don't
I don't
think
think
so.
Oh
there's
no,
a
it was
zombie.
I'm not sure.
a Venom. It was a Venomized cap. Is
Yeah,
that what it was?
Venomized.
That's
That
what.
might be
okay.
what you're thinking.
I don't understand some of these, like the Strange.
Same here.
So the reason I don't understand Strange is because it says Doctor Strange Supreme, but when the Sorcerer Supreme like dies, isn't he the Sorcerer Supreme? So
Pretty
what is
sure.
the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes over for her. That's why he watches the Time Stone. So what's the difference between Doctor Strange and then Supreme Doctor Strange?
I don't know.
I don't know because
We'll
I
have
feel
to
like
see, Eddie.
I feel like he says, doesn't he say that to Thanos in Infinity War, like you're messing with the Master Supreme or something of the Mystic Arts or something,
Yeah.
or something like that,
Someone
Like
called
Maybe
him
he's
that, yeah.
already the Sorcerer Supreme
or Sorcerer Supreme.
before what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Oh, maybe. This is my favorite of the whole wave. I
Peggy.
don't know why I love Captain Carter so
Carter.
much, but even the hot
This-
toy, like
That's
I
pretty
thought it
cool.
looked so cool, dude.
Even
And
like
I just
this,
loved her in the movie. So
yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
$23 figure even looks freaking amazing. Like for her being,
Yeah.
they are blessed that they're able to use like that. She's based off of an animated
yeah,
like face. So like, look how well done that is. How like they
Yeah.
don't have to get
Yeah.
every peak there because she's animated. They
To
do
me,
a
that
great
looks
job.
it looks more like real life Haley Atwell than it does animated.
Yeah, I was
Right.
gonna say I think the worst one for head sculpts is the T'Challa one, the T'Challa
Yeah.
Star Lord.
I was thinking,
I think this
Didn't
one's the best
they-
one.
did the Black Panther figure from the Black Panther movie wave, did it come with a T'Challa head sculpt or no? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I
the
think
second
it did.
wave? Didn't they do 2 waves of him?
Yeah,
They had the
Well, they
original
did
suit.
him in Civil War, and then they did a Black Panther movie wave. And
I want to
in the
say
movie
they did.
wave, I don't remember, but I was gonna say if it does,
Yeah, I can't remember.
you just
either.
take that movie sculpt and pop it on there, and maybe it kind of works. I think the body's a little more animated too, so it might look a little off, but
yeah.
Yeah.
it might be an idea to try. But I think it's a cool wave. I don't know if I'll get any of them. Even the Peggy, I like the look. I'm interested to see the Hot Toy release, and I might get that. Just because I don't have any Legends anymore, and I don't want to go down the route of like having just one and then being like, oh well, I can get this then to go with it or something, and I don't want to do that. But and then the Sylvie, I did not like Sylvie and Loki at all, so I don't.
I skipped most of the Legends. Well, I've skipped every Legends wave since like crap. What's it? From the Red Guard, Crimson Dynamo.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Crimson
yeah.
Dynamo.
I skipped a lot of those waves just because I was trying to get out of it. But this is going to be the first wave that I would buy since probably that around that time.
Yeah.
Just purely for the Watcher, and then to have all
okay.
of these.
I think they're all unique. You know, like I think some of them might have been done better. Like you said, the Star Lord. I don't really like his helmet sculpt, but I think all of this for the Watcher is really good.
Yeah, that's a great Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
That's a well overdue. Marvel
Yes.
Legends hasn't even done a Watcher, right? Toy Biz is the last.
Yeah, I think Toy Biz did it back in the day, and he's actually kind of a hard one to find.
Yeah.
He's like a
Yeah,
really
he is.
hard one to find. Because like even like Galactus and what was the other one? The Sentinel. Those pop up every now and then. Like they kind of just come in waves, you know, like
Yeah.
for like the resellers and stuff like that, or the shops and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have not seen a Watcher in person yet. So
Dude, it's such a good time to be a collector. Someone said it earlier for like the SHF stuff. They didn't want to go down the line of DBZ, and I'm just thinking like every single line, everything to collect right now is going through remaking the Grail stuff. Everything is right now. You know, I know we talk about reissues with Hot Toys a lot, and that we don't like it, but like Hot Toys is doing it, Marvel Legends is doing it, fucking SHF, NECA now. Every line, it makes you think like, can we even criticize like a certain company about it anymore, or is it just overall
I mean,
like
I think
industry thing?
I think it's a little bit of an industry thing. I think it's also just the hype of the pop culture that we're in. I mean, even in the comic books, they're gearing Marvel more. They're aligning Marvel more towards the movies as opposed to the movies influencing, or the comics influencing the movies. You know, a lot of these newer series that are coming out, they look like the actors as opposed to maybe a just maybe a better done up like Tony Stark. You know, like you could, in a lot of these you could tell that this is Robert Downey Jr. in them. I think with like Kamala Khan, characters like that, you know, just from like scenes that we've seen, like they're gonna align these storylines towards the movies now. So I mean, I think it's just kind of what it is now. Because back then, like back in the day, the movies and the shows all influenced this stuff, you know. And then you had something early on. What was it? 2008, right? Where they were finally starting to pull from these comic books. They didn't have anything to pull from really besides that, you know, and then some creativeness that they've come up with. But now that there's so many of these movies and they're influencing these characters, now they're bleeding their way into the comics that way because people want to see them. They want like, oh, I want more of Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark, or I want more of Doctor Strange, and they just relate too much now.
I think it's just
it's a good point.
Talking about like everybody's doing these things where they're bringing everything out. I think we've just reached a point where collecting is at a peak, and they're trying to give all of the new people all of this stuff that everybody collected before was at where it's at today, and now everybody's kind of finding ways to get all of that old stuff out there again.
And how many generations? I know we talk a lot about Marvel, or I talk a lot about Marvel, but how many generations were affected off of the MCU? You know, like for us, it was like Jurassic Park, it was Jaws, Star Wars, all these older films now, and I think Marvel is one of the MCU is probably the biggest thing that we could relate to things like that. You know, for this generation, they're going to be like, oh, I grew up watching the Marvel movies or the comic book style movies.
I feel like I could still relate to that. I feel like I still relate to from Iron Man 1 until Endgame. I feel like I still grew up with it, even though Iron Man 1 came out when I graduated high school.
Well, at least they're undoing everything they created with the multiverse. So whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm like sour about that, but we'll have to see how it plays out before I bitch too much about it.
What did they undo?
Let's start. I've talked about this before, but the worst thing, or not worst, but one of the things that drives me nuts is how in WandaVision they literally say Wanda could have shit on Thanos, or no, what did they say? Wanda almost killed Thanos by herself, or could have, or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
That
like,
happened in the movie though. That's
Yeah,
he
I'm not-
only saved himself because he was gonna fucking sacrifice. I think we've argued about this shit before. It happened in the movie, but he saved himself because he was gonna sacrifice his whole army
Yo.
to fucking not die.
I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I don't like that it did happen, and like that it was a thing in the first place.
I
Like
think
we just
only,
went through 10 years of building this guy up with all these Avengers that struggle and actually get beat by Thanos, just to find out that 2 to 3 people on the Avengers team could have beat Thanos by themselves if they wanted to. Get the fuck
I think the only show that's doing that is Loki. I think the only show that like went back on everything was Loki, and it like, and then they ended in a way where it's like, wait, like, what?
It was
are
hard.
we-
Yeah.
What are we waiting? Like, we waited the whole show just to be left on a cliffhanger.
Well, it's almost like a scapegoat too, you know, because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we totally screwed this up. Well, that was a multiverse thing.
Yeah.
It was hard to follow sometimes.
It was super-
Yeah, we'll have to see. Like I said, how it plays. I'm complaining about too much, or like that. Obviously, we don't know about, but it's just I don't want them to. The fact that like every Iron Man is pretty much everyone's favorite, and his death is essentially meaningless. If we would have known that Wanda, it being in the right place at the right time, could have just killed him, and it's game over
Yeah.
at that point.
That's kind of why Loki annoyed me, because Loki's our favorite bad guy in the MCU, right?
Right.
Until Thanos. Thanos is like the die hard, you know, like there's no
Yeah.
beating Thanos. But Loki
He's like
was
the
like
original
lovable,
big bad.
Yeah, Loki was the most lovable bad guy, like, you know. And I feel like in this show they made him like an idiot, and they didn't even like, he was at least smart in the MCU, and in this show I felt like he had no idea what was going on. And then
I can see
they
that.
make all of the
Yeah,
other
I can
Loki
see that.
variants stronger than him. Like Sylvie knows how to manipulate people with her mind. Like he needed the Mind Stone to do that. She did it on her own. The old Loki could conjure up fucking cities on his own. Like,
But
there
they
was badass
didn't-
warrior Lokis, and
Didn't
like,
they almost make it like sound like though that he had these abilities, he just didn't truly know the power that he had or something?
yeah, they get
Yeah.
that's
Or
what
something
they were
kind of
doing.
like that.
They said that old guy, he was able to focus on a lot of that
Yeah.
magic stuff. And Sylvie, I would say Sylvie didn't kick his ass. He held back a lot in the fighting, because when they were actually like fighting, it
Yeah,
was like
that's
pretty
true.
much tit for tat at that point. So I don't think like they're all like stronger than him. And I can see your point, Eddie, of like kind of making him look what do you say, weak in a sense in it, or like not as intelligent or smart. I
Yeah.
think if you like rewatch it, because I rewatched a couple episodes, it kind of does show that he is smart. Like he figures things out that the TVA had like no idea about. You know, like he comes in and pretty much turns them upside down because he figured things out before they were able to. And I think that he is yes, he is at times, since he's the main character, he's put in a position to where like he looks like he is weaker, maybe not as intelligent, but it's because he's got to overcome challenges and things like that. The thing, yeah,
He even admits that like it's mischief, you know. He just likes causing trouble.
Yeah.
yeah. I really like the show overall, but we'll have to see like what the after effects do, and like the cliffhanger. That's a TV show. That's why I don't like TV shows. I always say that I'm a movie guy
Well,
because
Infinity
of that.
War
Yeah.
did that shit too, and it pissed me
Yeah,
off.
that's
I was like,
true.
no way, man. I was like, what am I supposed
Well,
to do?
what I thought was interesting about Loki too was it was like they actually told you that there was going to be a season 2, You know, they don't. They could do a season 2 with Cap and Winter Soldier, but I mean, you don't know if they will.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
I don't know how well it'll fit because, like, they're like I'm guessing that you have to come out with another Captain America movie if he's gonna be
Yeah,
up
that's
the
true.
reins.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's kind of what I thought a lot of these Disney Plus shows were, just like these one-offs, to kind of
Yeah.
bridge the gap and extend the story of the future Avengers that are going to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that these bigger stars agreed to do TV shows.
I'm guessing
I
they
don't
had.
think they had a choice.
Yeah, I'm guessing they had
Yeah.
something written into their contracts, but yeah, I think that's really nice. Well, yeah, we'll have to see what they do with it all. There's your Build-A-Figure watcher. That is interesting. Big blue.
All right, guys,
bald.
rapid fire from everyone. What is your favorite Marvel series so far?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Like TV show.
Like the Disney
Yeah,
Plus
like
shows.
Disney, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Loki.
I really loved WandaVision.
I was gonna say WandaVision.
After the first two
that's-
episodes where I was just like, what the hell's going on? After that, every episode I really loved. So, especially the ending. I thought the finale was fantastic.
So, the Retro Collection also announced Marvel's Tigra, $24.99, February 2020. I think she's a cool figure. You don't really see too much of her. The only time I really remember her is out of the original Guardians series. But other than that, I don't really remember seeing her in too much more.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her.
Yeah. At least, I wonder who is the knockoff of who between her and Cheetah.
It's probably her.
That's a good question. Yeah.
It's
I think
probably
Cheetah's
her.
been around a long time, so yeah.
Yeah, because I think the original, if I don't know her first appearance, but if it was in that Guardians book or close to it, that would have put her in the 70s, I believe, maybe early 80s.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'll have to
Yeah.
check that out sometime.
And then we have an update on HasLab. They did announce that the first tier is going to be Frankie Ray Nova. The big thing on that is that we have to hit 16,000 backers. And as of right now,
Wow.
they are at...
I got it pulled up here.
It's actually, I've been checking it throughout the
show,
and it's gained already like 20 extra backers. So it's 10,760 with 24 days, 23 hours, and 50 minutes left. So
16,000 is for Galactus or for Nova?
14,000 for Galactus,
Oh, okay.
16 is for Nova.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nova's like pure gold, fiery hair, and she would just be a 6-inch figure, right? Like just a regular Marvel Legends size figure.
Right.
And yeah, so 16,000 backers to get her. I'm guessing it would be like 18,000 or so for Silver Surfer, but we'll see if we even get there. Do you know the significance of her, Sean? I think we asked you that last week, and I can't remember if you knew a ton about her.
So she's the Nova after Silver Surfer, from what I understand.
okay.
She didn't come out until Fantastic, like way into the first run of Fantastic Four. Post, like, I'm pretty sure it's like post Infinity Gauntlet, where Silver Surfer kind of starts going off on his own kind of thing. Other than that, I really don't know too much about her. I know Eddie and I were kind of talking about it in the chat and stuff, and we have our gripes with it. My thing is, like, it's cool, but I'm afraid that this is just going to get re-released because there's already people saying that, if she came by herself, then I'd be picking her up, and it could pave the way for some of these other cosmic characters, these lesser known cosmic characters, which I think is a good point. But if I'm spending $400 on the Galactus and you're going to tease Frankie, and even if we get her, the odds of her being redone as a general release, it's not worth it to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then why? I mean, I can just buy Galactus and then pick her up later. But I don't know what the plan is for her. But I think it's cool. I think it's cool that we're getting some of the heralds. But like I said last show with Silver Surfer, like might as well just keep the Surfer that you have.
What about this? What if they only hit the amount of backers for Galactus and they don't hit the backers to get the tiers or whatever?
Mhm.
Then you'll get Galactus and they're going to do a regular release of her, because it's not like they're just not going to use this design or anything, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, and it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like what Dean said. They've already made the prototype. They already did the renderings of her. They probably they probably already have a concept figure. I think it's tomorrow or next week. I think they mentioned that they're going to have a closer look at Frankie. So that'll be cool. So maybe that'll clear some stuff up. But still, like, let's say we do hit her, then why are you going to add this as an exclusive release, and then the possibility of her being remade?
I don't even think it's a possibility. I think it's for sure going to happen, because they can't make a Galactus and then only release Nova with him. People will be so pissed because Nova's a very, she's kind of a main character in this story. So, you need her. But then again, people who are getting Galactus, well, because some people who have the old Galactus may not want this one. Some people may not want, a giant Galactus. They might be okay with the old Galactus. So it's yeah, I don't know. I don't like the idea of them doing figures as tier upgrades, especially the Surfer. The Surfer is so dumb. And he should not be the hardest tier to hit. Why is he harder than her to hit? Who wants him? I know the Walgreens one was kind of hard to find for some people, but I feel like there was a point where he was very well available. At least I saw him in Walgreens 4 or 5 at a time sometimes. So,
well, even when they dropped the Fallen Surfer, a lot of people were dumping their original Walgreens Surfer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that.
I think you had a good point of saying we need more faceplates or more accessories for Galactus himself.
Yeah.
What that could be, not 100% sure, but it'd be cool maybe if they added that gun that he had in Thanos Wins and things like that. Make him real versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some effect pieces or something. I don't know.
That would be cool.
I think that they should do stuff like that, tiers that are for the figure, and then release a wave side by side for when Galactus releases, and release a cosmic wave and do a Nova and a Terrax and all kinds of figures from Galactus' storyline. I think that would be that's the perfect scenario, you know what I mean?
And I think you're right, but I'm guessing what I'm hoping from this is they do it like they did with the original Rescue, how you had to have that subscription service from them to be able to get that figure. That's kind of what I'm expecting out of Frankie, because even that Rescue, that original Rescue, she's probably pretty easy to find, but her value is kind of held up.
Alvin has a good point here. The Surfer and the Nova will probably be exclusive card backs. That's true. If it comes out and they're on a retro kind of a packaging with those art card backs, then I could see a re-release. And then whoever got this, just keep it in package. I would Badfish asked us anyway, who's backing it. Sean, are you going to back it?
I really want to.
I think you're the only one out of the 4 of us that would.
I think so too.
Yeah, I probably won't be backing this one, but
I just like Galactus, you know. I mean, I'm a cosmic fan, you know. So I mean, to be able to get something like this would be my one chance. Because if I don't get it now, I won't try to go buy it later.
Yeah.
He's gonna be too much. He's already too much for me right now.
If I'm being honest, I don't think he's gonna hit the minimum.
Well, like we'll have to see if Dean's like
It's really slow.
his point about bitching about it comes to life then if it doesn't reach that, because the big thing when like his big thing is they extended what was the big Unicron. They extended that out because that didn't hit it in the original time frame. And then they just randomly added like a shit ton of backers that apparently were overseas or international or something along the lines like that. So his biggest thing is they make it work no matter what. But we'll have to see if that's still the case here, if they still make this happen per se. It would suck if this doesn't hit any stretch goals to really come out with extra things. And yeah, the card back thing that's what they did with the Razor Crest, right? With like the Jawa and the Jawa for sure it was pretty much something that they already released with TVC or have released now after that. It's just a special card back, so I know a lot of people have said they're just going to keep them in those card backs.
I just want to see what they do with Surfer. Because like Eddie, you were saying, why?
If I'm being honest, I think it's going to be the exact same Walgreens. Because if you look at the outline,
the effect piece is the same.
Yeah,
the board
and if we're thinking it's going to be the Black Surfer from the Donny Cates run, shouldn't he have Mjolnir?
Right.
So
I don't think he'll be Fallen Surfer.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So I would say I'm like 90% sure it's gonna be that same Chrome Surfer, man.
I'd like
That's
to
so
see
dumb. That is the dumbest exclusive. I can't believe they do that. That's like a total like troll fucking thing to do. Like,
but it's also
Hasbro.
I don't know how I feel about it, honestly, because it's like also like what do? You can't have a Galactus without a Surfer, I guess. But then why make it a tier?
Yeah, I guarantee you. Look, Badfish said in there it's gonna hit the backer limit in the last few days because FOMO people don't want to miss out.
It's a good point.
I guarantee you that if it does hit and it hits the Nova, it's not reaching the Surfer tier because no one gives a shit.
It's already. I mean, 24 days to hit another. What, 3,000 ish people,
and if it's getting 20, well, you said 20 in the last since we started. We've only been going a couple hours, so maybe they're hitting like 100 or so a day, or maybe 100 a day. I don't know, man. This is the first one where it didn't hit the backing in the first week, right? Because the last one, the Razor Crest, didn't it hit the backing in the first week? The first couple of days, right?
Something.
So the Razor Crest and Barge were really successful. Those ones went fairly quickly, and I know there was some that didn't fulfill in the first week. That Cookie Monster really wasn't all that successful. The Unicron took a long time. They actually had to extend that out. But I know the 2 Star Wars ones were huge hits. For the most part.
I regret not picking up the Razor Crest.
Sentinel was pretty good too. I think that one funded fairly quick.
But it's like X-Men fans compared to Cosmic fans, you know, or even just Galactus fans, you know. So I agree. I think it will get backed. If it doesn't get back, though, I think it's going to be really disappointing because people have been asking for a better Galactus for a while now. I guess just HasLab may not be the right way to do it, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe just do if it doesn't get backed, maybe just do a bigger figure, but not necessarily 3 feet tall. Just do like a 20-inch figure maybe and give it the same articulation, or
Well, and then you also have the Amazon exclusive too.
Oh, that's right.
So it needs to be better than that.
Yeah, well, this will be interesting. We'll obviously keep pretty close tabs on this in the meantime while we cover this with, let's see here, how many more days? 24 more days. So we'll obviously have then at that point, at least
While we've been talking about it, it has not
three.
gone up.
at least 3 more shows. So we'll definitely stay close to this one, see how it goes, and we'll have further conversations most likely on it there. But kind of sticking with Hasbro, their Ghostbusters. I know this was a big topic this week, like you mentioned, Eddie.
Yeah.
So this is for obviously the new Ghostbusters, referencing the new trailer that we saw. It's a Build-A-Figure wave. And who we all have within the wave is Trevor, Lucky, Podcast, Ray Stantz, Peter Winston, and they do a Sentinel Terror Dog Build-A-Figure. That's what you see on the right, and holy shit, that thing does look terrible. But so it's like the 3 kids and then the three of the main guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly haven't seen Ghostbusters in so long, like probably 15 years plus. And even when I did see it, it was always one of those that I've just like seen it in pieces. I've never seen it all at once. It was always on like TV and my dad would turn it on. So
Yeah.
I've never like seen it start to finish, but these ones are pretty big. I know, like I think they're gonna range from about $23 to $25, and you should be able to find them in most retailers right off the bat here.
It's cool to see the original guys in the suits,
Yeah.
suited up. So it's crazy to think that they're doing another version of the Terror Dog.
Yeah.
So that's really shocking. But,
Why?
I would have never expected the Terror Dog to show back up because the Terror Dog was in the original movie,
Yeah.
and it's just a character I would have just never thought that would show back up. So
You think it'll have the same story behind it as the original? Like, you think it'll be the gatekeeper or the
well, that's a good point.
key? It was the gatekeeper and the key carrier or something.
Key
right?
master.
Oh yeah, key master. I want to know if it has the same story behind it, and then
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see. The trailer is pretty hyped. So, what did you guys think of the trailer overall?
I haven't seen the newest, the one that just came out. I had watched the ones prior to that, and it looked promising.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to. It's cool to me that the original director's son is directing this one, and just that it has the original cast to be a part of it.
I did not know the original director's son. Badfish
Yeah.
said the Force Awaken vibes, but not in a bad way. I also love the Force Awakens. So, yeah, I don't hate that movie either. So that I can see that. The only thing that seems odd is with the Build-A-Figure, the torso for the Terror Dog is like one piece. There's no articulation of the waist or anything that. So that's gonna be fun. He looks almost more like he's gonna be a statue than anything.
I wonder if since his leg is purple, maybe he'll that's like his ghost form. Maybe it'll just be like a ghost this time instead of like a transformation.
maybe that's a
So,
good
I don't
point.
know. But I love the trap that's on like the wheels. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it
Ghost
looks
trap.
like he's got a remote control. So
Oh,
That's
a
cool.
remote control
Instead of
trap.
just like having because they would just throw it out. That's pretty cool to have it on wheels.
yeah.
it's interesting that there's no figure of Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd
Oh,
must
yeah.
not be that big of a character in the movie. Then either that or they didn't show
Might
it
not be.
because whatever he does is spoilers. Maybe.
Yeah.
Could be.
Could
Yeah.
be that or next wave.
What if he's
too.
What if Paul Rudd is the fucking Terror Dog? Like what? If he's the one that's Terror
That
Dog?
would be that would be something.
Oh shit. Debunked. All right. So this was kind of the thing that we were hyping up during the show that you guys were talking about. So these are Sean. I don't know if you want to take this over since you guys kind of went off about these, but these are the Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossovers.
Right.
So the first one we're looking at is Donatello and Morphed Leonardo, right?
Right. So there's a comic book that this is based off of. It's TMNT Power Rangers.
That was going to be my question. So
Yeah. So this is where they're popping out of. It's actually pretty popular, and some of the issues are decently hard to find. Like, I think it's like issue 4. I have not personally read it, but if I'm going to pick these up, I'm probably going to have to.
I might have that one. When this line first came out, when this comic first came out, I was still buying comics, and I think I got the first 5 or 6 issues. So I may have whatever the early one is that's hard to find, but I never read it. I was pulling them, and I never took the time to read them. I just love the design.
oh yeah, I think they're cool. I love how they have like the Ninja Turtle weapons, but they look like the Power Ranger power weapons or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
And it comes with turtle head sculpts too. So the ones we're talking about, Donatello and Morph Leonardo, they're black. They look like Black Rangers and Blue Power Rangers, but like with turtle bodies, kind of, and super muscular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I love the helmets too. The red eyes on the helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
looks
cool.
mean.
it is cool.
Yeah.
So these are due to release in April 2022. I'm not 100% sure if this date's accurate. I know on Hasbro, this is the date that they list, but on Entertainment Earth, I believe the date is November. That might just be a dummy date, but either way, one of them's way off. But they're going for $54.99 each.
They're all 2-packs, right?
They're all 2-packs.
There's
except for Shredder. Shredder's the only one that's not a 2-pack.
Shredder was announced today. The rest, Leonardo, Donatello, Raph, and Tommy. And Tommy's a foot soldier.
Yeah, that's
Raph is
hilarious.
a Red Ranger, obviously, and then Mikey and April. And April's the Pink Ranger, and Mikey's the Yellow Ranger. And then Shredder is why am I blanking?
He looks like the Green Ranger.
He's
Green, yeah.
yeah. It's cool looking though. I love the way it
Shredder's the
looks.
only one that's cheaper. He's $31.99.
He's the
'Cause
only
that's-
single
yeah.
release. Yeah.
Right.
But I really like the boxes on this. All the box art. It really like
Yeah.
it
It's
really
like a lime
falls in
green.
line with the Lightning Collection stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just like, we were talking about this earlier, and some people in the chat were saying like this does nothing for them, and I haven't read the story. I purely think
Yeah, I
it's
haven't.
just a really good crossover, because
Yeah.
Turtles are already 4 brothers that are ninjas that fucking fight together, and Power Rangers, same thing. They're all like, they're not related, but they're all high school friends, and they all
Mm-hmm.
do karate or whatever. They're ninjas essentially too, and they all fight together, and I feel like it just ties so well together, and they look badass. Because the thing with Power Rangers is they're cool, but they're not muscular. They're all high school kids. So these
Mm-hmm.
are all high school kids. They're pretty skinny kids, and they're all like, so they just look like, slender ninja warriors or whatever. But when the Turtles are Power Rangers, they're all bulked up, and
Mm-hmm.
they got the
Yeah.
shell and the big ass helmets. I don't know. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me, I guess. It looks
Oh yeah.
It
I think they
does.
look great. I think they look
That's-
really cool.
That's what I would say. I would say I'm not a huge fan of the lime green box because to me, I think we saw it on one of these here in the beginning with like the Nickelodeon sign on it or something. Oh no,
Yeah.
maybe we didn't. I don't know. That's just all I think of is Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that was a good
Like,
call. Yeah,
Goo
Yeah.
all over it, which kind of makes it cornier to me. But exactly what you said, Eddie. This is like a good, like solid crossover that like makes sense
Yeah.
and looks cool with the
It looks really
Ninja
cool.
Turtles with kind of the body style, but trying to look like the Power Rangers. I think it's legit.
One
too.
thing I don't like about them, I don't like the turtle heads. I feel like
Yeah,
the
they-
turtle heads look small,
Yeah,
or they just don't fit the aesthetic right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Like,
they all-
I
it
can see
sits
that.
higher on the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what though? In the Mighty Morphin shows, like when they take their helmets off, they have that big like padded neck brace looking
That's true.
thing, you
Yeah, they
know?
do.
And then
Yeah.
when the helmets are on, it's not padded. You could tell it's like
No.
one big like leotard almost.
yeah. Just part of it's just an extended part of the suit instead of yeah.
But I would agree.
Right.
I think the turtle heads are a little too small, but they would have to be to fit the helmet, right? Like if they were to put the helmet on, I guess.
Yeah, no,
He looks.
I think
yeah,
it works. I just don't like the look. I just
Yeah.
don't like it.
Some of the expressions are kind of weird too. Like,
His head there looks smaller than April O'Neil's.
Yeah, it does.
I love the helmets though.
Yeah.
That's the other thing
helmets
is like
are awesome.
I really like the turtles, but I don't really care for the other characters. Like even Shredder,
Yeah.
I don't want Shredder. Like it's just the turtles I want. But I think it's cool that it's characters that we know that are
Mhm.
that are these, but like I don't know. I just want the turtles, which kind of sucks that they're 2-packs.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get single releases at some point. I don't know if they would. But if I got them, I would try and split up. I would definitely sell the other figures. I don't need them. I just want the 4 turtles.
Yeah, that's what you
Well,
said.
yeah.
You just.
I might do the same too. Yeah.
That's the only thing that you said has held you up with
Still
ordering
like-
them, Eddie.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah. But then I wasn't even thinking about selling off the other figure until you said. I think you said something in the chat that made me think, oh, I could just break them apart. You're right. Like,
Yeah.
I could break up the box and sell it. Because also, I don't know how easy it would be to sell April because she's just the
That's
ranger.
true.
But
She's
it would
just the
probably
pink
be
ranger.
easy to sell Tommy because Tommy's
Mhm.
a foot soldier. So that's an army builder, right? So I've got to imagine people are going to want multiple Tommies.
Well, and I guess you have that option too, right? Because didn't they come out with the foot soldiers already?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Yeah,
that's what I'm
versions
afraid
of
of, though, is that
Did-
these are going to make me want to buy the NECA Turtles.
Sean,
Yeah,
did you read
well,
this? Did you
that'd be
read
a
this
fun-
comic?
I did not.
Oh, I was
That'd
gonna
be a
say,
fun
where's-
challenge, Sean,
where's
to get
Casey?
into the NECA.
Where the fuck is
No,
Casey?
I'm already doing it with Goliath. No.
The Shredder is cool because he has the cloth cape, soft goods cape. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so we should move on here. So the Halo Infinite Jazwares came out with confirming a couple other figures. One of them was the Spartan Yorai. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's like a samurai looking
Wow.
armor.
That's cool looking.
Don't know anything about it. I obviously haven't played in Halo Infinite yet.
It has. I don't know anything like if it's it's obviously gonna be like a character, I think. But when when I was watching they had interviews on YouTube with what is the damn channel? IGN. They do all like the gaming stuff. They had
Oh, yeah.
interviews with the creators, and they were talking about how they created these for the new game. They created a way to be able to customize your armors. And so this is kind of like one of the things you can do to customize your armor in the game is to give it this kind of samurai look. And I don't know if that's what this is, or if this is an actual character that's going to be in the story of the game, because I don't think they went into that. But I'm sure it will be, because there's also like posters and stuff for this character. So I'm guessing it's a character in the story of it too, but that's also part of it, is you can now you can craft your armor in Halo, which was never really a thing before, I don't think. Other than
No,
like
that's cool.
you could get different shoulder armors and stuff, but now you can like create your own armor.
Yeah, and there's like the gun skins and stuff, I think, coming
Yeah.
too. Yeah, we'll have to see what this shows. I think they didn't they also tease like a brute coming in this size as well? I think
I
they-
didn't see a brute. I saw some stuff for the 3 3/4 line. like some vehicles and things, but I don't remember Brute. But you could be right.
Okay.
I just don't remember.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on. Jazwares is kind of hard to follow for news
know,
and stuff
dude.
because if you go to their website, you're not gonna see Halo figures up right away. You have to kind of dig. Like I know with a lot of Jazwares stuff, I have to look on Twitter and a bunch of Master Chief things. Master Chief pages, I guess.
All I see is this and then the 4-inch Mantis and Spartan Ava unit
Okay.
that they tease for that line.
I may be off my rocker then.
I wish they do a Brute.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this one, moving on to Storm news here. This one's pretty cool. So what we're talking about is the Mortal Kombat verse series Kintaro. This guy's enormous. He's $129 or $129.99, so $130. And looking to be released in December of this year. So he's got he has obviously 4 arms, so he looks like a taller, more stretched out Goro kind of thing, but with tiger stripes and he's pretty menacing looking. I don't know. I was trying to find the specs here of him. Were you guys able to find that? Because I think he is bigger. He's going to be bigger than most, right? So the fit. That's why he's $130. He's a fairly large figure.
Yeah.
But it's 1/12 scale, so. But he's got exploding head effects.
Cool.
He's got a bunch of different. They're doing really kind of. Yeah, you guys always make fun of John for saying innovative. I would say Storm is innovative with a lot of their effects that they've done recently, especially in this Mortal Kombat line. He's got the ripped off arms, and he's got a head split in 2, a bunch of blood effects, 3 head sculpts. So he comes pretty loaded. This should be a fun figure overall. And then the big news for Storm. I think this is going to kind of put Storm on the map per se more widely than they are now. They released a tease, I guess, that they're doing a Mortal Kombat live action movie figure line.
Oh, cool.
So if they do that, that could be huge for them. I think if they keep releasing, or if Mortal Kombat moves on with HBO with the next movie and everything, I think this could be huge for Storm. It could be kind of a make or break as far as getting good IPs and everything. I think it'll take them a long ways if they do well with this. So, because we've only seen them do video games, where they don't have to. They don't have to really follow anything, but that's not animated related or make it look kind of like their own. In this way, they actually have to follow something. So we'll see how they do with head sculpts and painting and how accurate they are. If they do this fairly well, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, you guys need to get more and better IPs. I think there's already a lot of people saying that about Storm, so if they do well with this, I think that's going to be huge.
Do you guys have any of the Storm collectible stuff? I've never bought any of their stuff before.
Nope.
I have Bane. I have fought off the Abomination, right?
Okay. I've looked at some of their stuff, and it looks cool.
Oh no!
I was
wait, who's the one who fights Superman? Who kills Superman?
Doomsday.
Doomsday. Sorry, yeah, I've wanted Doomsday, but I have Bane.
I've thought about picking Doomsday up. I thought he looked really
It's
cool.
not. They did a Doomsday. Oh,
Yeah, it
they
was
did
from
do
that-
a Doomsday. I was
think it
thinking
was
Dark
from that-
Knight. They did do a Doomsday.
It was from the video game, wasn't it?
Yep, Injustice.
Yeah.
So the thing to know about Storm is they're all fairly well done figures. They have some figures with seamless arms that some people complain about, but the big thing to understand with them is they claim to be 1/12 scale. They're probably the farthest thing off from that. They're very large figures already.
Okay.
I think they're even bigger than Mezco and Mafex, who are already not true 1/12 scale. If you look at the size of the Mafex and SH Figuarts Mando, here, like you can see the size difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
SH Figure Arts is apparently real 1/12. Mafex is not. Mafex and Mezco run a little big, and Storm is even bigger than them. I've had a tough time with my Mezco, like trying to kind of scale with that Bane, because that's why I bought it, was for with my Batman Mezco figures. And he's very large. He's already supposed to be a large figure, but he's even large for that. So that's the big thing to understand with them before getting into them. But they're well done. They should. I hope that they get bigger. They're really, I think at this point, the only thing holding them back is a lot of their IPs. You know, a lot of people are really liking. I know, like Eddie, you've put on there a lot of their Golden Axe things.
Yeah, I love
It's
the Golden
almost
Axe one.
yeah, it's almost like they put Golden Axe back on the map themselves. You know, like
They did. Yeah.
like I think Dorklair was talking about that, to where like they just like I think it was Bill or someone was saying on one of their episodes where he's like, I just like looked at my Storm collection. I'm like, I am a Golden Axe collector now, apparently. So like, something along those lines. So they've done really well with that, which is interesting. But
You know, it would be cool to see get like Castlevania. I feel like that would be a good
That would be
IP
cool,
for them
yeah.
to get and do figures from Castlevania, or do like what are some older dude, what if they got like Marvel versus Capcom and they started putting out
Marvel
like
figures.
X-Men, yeah,
be
you know what I
cool.
mean? Like, or that would be fucking insane. They would
Yeah,
really, if they got that, they would take off.
I've looked at a lot of their Street Fighter figures before and had thought about picking up some.
Yeah,
So,
they're good. They're good figures.
The figures
but
are good.
They look
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, and then they have a Lobos figure as
Lobo.
well. So they had three
Yeah.
big figures. It was Bane, Lobos, and Devastator.
Lobo.
Or not Lobos, Doomsday.
Lobo.
That came
Just Lobo.
No S. Yeah.
Lobos's bike. Sorry. God damn it. So Lobo is in kind of that series with Doomsday and Bane, where he was like a super large figure. A lot of people were saying he was oversized because he wasn't supposed to be that big. But he's pretty well known for this bike, and that thing is pretty sick looking. So that'd be cool to
Yeah, it's cool. Looking.
have an add-on. And I could see them kind of re-releasing them as well if that's the case. They've already re-released those three a little bit, but
Yeah.
this one too. So this is the Golden Axe Dead Frame figure. What is this guy supposed to be a skeleton of? Like a bird? Eddie, do you know?
I have no idea. I don't even remember this
Yeah.
from the game, dude.
Almost looks like
I
a
remember the other skeletons. I do not remember this guy. I think he's like
Pterodactyl
a
or
boss
something.
skeleton, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Your guess
Looks-
is as good as mine.
He looks like a bird skeleton kind of thing, and he's
Yeah.
kind of cool looking. I'll be honest, I might get him because their skeleton figures are supposed to be fairly good. I have not gotten any of them yet, so we'll have to. I'll let you guys know if I order this one, but I probably would if it goes up for pre-order.
Danny said clip that. I don't even remember. Oh, the Lobos. He's
Think
probably
he's
talking
yeah.
about the Lobos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone
great.
put Lobos on the show sheet and didn't put an apostrophe. Punctuation, fucking guys. You sons of bitches. This is why I don't let you into the show sheet. I'm just
Let
kidding.
me see. Let's make sure this guy knows what he's talking about.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so 1,000 Toys. They have... I mentioned the synthetic human that they did a while ago and that I have on pre-order. They now did a female version of the synthetic human. She comes with hair, which is interesting.
Yeah.
She's fairly creepy looking, but that's kind of the point of them. So, fun
Were
figures.
these based off of anything? Like
I don't think so. I think they're just like...
they're doing.
Yeah, they're just supposed to be
Yeah.
kind of ads or minions,
I had-
whatever you want, to fight people.
I had never heard of him until I saw him in one of D Amazing's videos.
Yeah, D Amazing. He's the one
Yeah.
who always
He's-
shows them off.
He usually
Yeah.
does them in the like size comparison.
Comparisons.
Yeah.
They're typically very well done figures. I know even Budget Start years ago, they did a 6 scale version, and he really liked their 6 scale figures for these two. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, they're supposed to be fairly good figures. I'll let you guys know once I get my synthetic human in that's been ordered for like a fucking year. And then Flame Toys. So you added this on, Eddie. So I added the pictures. I wasn't able to find a ton on this, but you mentioned these. If you want to kind of take this over.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the Flame Toys Megazord model kits, and I'm not 100% sure on the scale of these. I want to say that they're 1/12, but I think it would be wrong to say that about the Megazord because I don't think the Megazord would be 1/12. But they don't really have a lot of information on them right now. They just say more info coming soon because they kind of teased this at what was that recent con that was in Japan? I think it was recently. Like Justin did a video on it.
AGHK.
Maybe it was AGHK, but they showed off the Megazord, and I don't know. So they show off a Megazord, and then they show off all of the Dinozords next to him, or like all the other Zords, and I'm not sure if they all connect or if they're two separate model kits. Because like I said, there's not a lot of info on them.
Yeah, you can see like in this one they have like pieces of them.
Yeah,
That would
But then
cool,
they show
though.
them. They show them in the background too. So
yeah.
that's interesting. Oh.
But I just thought, we have all the Power Ranger stuff, and I thought it was cool
that's
that
cool
another
looking.
company is coming out with these. And then in the next picture, they're also doing Red Ranger too. The other ones they had prototypes of on display. This one they just had the picture of him, but it's kind of like it's a model kit as well, and it's like I would say an armored up version of the Red Ranger.
That's
kind
cool
of,
looking.
Kind of like a Gundamized Red Ranger sort of a thing, and it's pretty badass. So I'm interested in this line.
Yeah.
But so they announced those two, and then they also announced the Snake Eyes. I don't know if you want to talk about the Snake Eyes.
Yeah, I don't know a ton about it because I just saw it randomly thrown up. They're doing a lot. Like, oh God, G.I. Joe is just flying.
I know.
Around,
Everybody's
it
doing
seems
something.
like Hasbro. I just
Power
think
Rangers
of
too,
it's
yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Power Rangers. It's like Hasbro is just. It's like that Oprah meme where she's like, you get G.I. Joes, you get G.I. Joes, you get G.I. Joes. Everyone is apparently able to do it, and maybe it's a good thing with one like a toy company actually having a license. Because we're able to see so many renditions of a lot of these different characters and things like that could probably be along, you'll find a niche somewhere. I know these are up on Big Bad Toy Store for $45. It looks like release in Q4 21 of this year. The bike 2 is also 45. So some people were saying online that if you kind of wait it out, you may be able to find these cheaper. But this looks like a pretty good overall kit.
It's pretty cool looking.
So they say it's 5.2 inches tall, and then obviously like no glue or anything for assembly. But I think it's pretty cool.
What really caught my eye was the bike, because like you said, every company and their mother is doing the G.I. Joe's line, and like all of them started with a Snake Eyes, except for Mezco, they didn't. But most of them have done a Snake Eyes already, and none of them have done. I don't think they've done a bike. I know Hasbro did the bike for Baroness, right? So
Baroness.
I think the
Baroness.
I think the bike is a cool touch since we haven't had a bike yet, and then you can use the bike for Black Widow. You could use the bike for Blade. This would be a sick bike to go with that Mezco Blade, dude.
That would
Everybody
be.
was looking for
That's
a
a
bike
good
for him.
point.
If he
Yeah.
wouldn't look awkward on it, yes. If he's not too big, because this guy's only, a little over 5 inches.
Oh, you're right.
So if
You're right.
because I think that blade's probably going to be probably a full inch taller than this guy. If he doesn't look awkward on it, hell yes, that's like perfect for it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And I don't know if it's an angle, but look at the exhaust. Oh no, never mind. That's
Those are
his.
Those are the
His
swords. Yeah.
Do they attach on it?
Yeah,
somehow?
there's an attachment that clips to the side that allows him to store his weapons. Like it's not in that first picture. Here, I'll show you another picture of it. I just didn't put a picture of the attachment. But let me full
I'm
screen
looking
it.
at it now. Yeah,
you got
that
it?
is cool.
Yeah, I believe that attachment is to like house his swords and his guns on each side.
Yeah, you can see that is.
Or
pretty
he
sweet.
comes with a bazooka too. So
Have you guys ever had any flame toys or done anything with them?
No, I've got something like it's a model kit. It reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever heard of them, Sean. They're based out of like or Japan or wherever the Super Sentai comes from. They're constant. You can get them on BBTS. They're constantly doing different Zords, and they're called mini play.
No, I've heard of those.
And I have a few of them, and they're all snap together models. Like I have the Dragon Zord and the original Megazord. And the Megazord comes all apart into separate Zords, and then you can put it back
What'd you
together.
say they're called again? Mini play?
Mini play. It's like mini and then PLA. They make all kinds of different ones.
Oh, like mini plus, like
Mini,
like,
yeah. I think I'm not sure how you say it. Yeah,
I think because
Yeah,
like
it's like
that's
mini play.
yeah.
that's what this reminds me of. It's like a model that you snap all together because it just all they come in pieces, with stickers, and you just break it
that's
off,
cool.
break it off, and put it all. I mean, and they're really cool looking. So
Yeah, they look like they're like Gundams.
Yeah,
like the way
kinda,
that they
yeah.
snap together.
mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's a cool thing to keep our
There's the
eye on.
Dragon
If
Zord.
any of you guys order it, definitely let us know what you think here. But man, that was a long show. That was longer than our first Comic-Con one, but we had a lot of catching up to. So we kind of warned everyone that these first couple ones are going to be rough here. But Sean, if you wouldn't mind kind of reading off our Patreonies here.
Yeah, so we want to thank all of our Patreons, starting with Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Marcel, Quinn Aguirre, Leo Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Coley, Jawa, is that it? Joa?
I don't know. Zach and John always say
John.
Joie.
Joie.
He always say joie.
I guess it's Burita, Equan, Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krent, Big Fern, King Zachary, Caesar Marroquin, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Baumsky, Rick Gregorio, Alvin Jules, the Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Bo LeBoyd, Jimmy James, Mario Cortez, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Stephen and Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Eddie Manzanares, Joe Corpus, and Mr. and Mrs. JB. Thank you guys.
Thank you all, you lovely people. You allow us to do what we do this for fun, and bring you the small news. Okay, so for August Patreon benefits, we got the crispy sticker, kind of with the Coke logo here, and then the Hoolie Mac, right, Eddie? That's how you say it.
It's gotten to the point where people ignore me now when I mention it in the chats. They just
Holy
ignore
man.
me, but I will not be fucking ignoring. Okay, you guys, I cannot. You guys can't make me feel like I'm crazy, and someone has to admit that that's a fucking you.
Well, it looks like a you to me. Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
That's a good one though for an award.
No, that's a great sticker.
Good
Yeah, it
sticker.
is.
Look at John's face. They captured it. Like, that's perfect, dude. He's almost like he was made to be like a microwavable meals face logo, like Chef Boyardee or something like that.
Yeah.
Love
He
it.
looks like he's supposed to be a microwave meals face.
I don't know what they like. You know what I meant? Like a Chef Boyardee or a fucking Holy Mac.
Yeah.
They're
That's what
great.
he's meant to be.
Spokesperson, yeah, for
Yeah, no, that's good. So we have 3 tiers for the Patreons. We got Sweet Angel at $5 a month, Certified Crispy at $15, and then What a Guy at $25. You get a access to After Dark with Sweet Angel, and then a sticker sent straight to your door. And then the middle one, Certified Crispy, you get all of those, and then including a Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, and then assistance with figure fixes by Zach. And then, we should let you know as well, international postage will be charged at cost for the certificates. And then the What a Guy, the $25 a month one, you get an 18 by 24 silhouette on first pledge, doubles of all the stickers we send, and then benefits of the previous tiers as well as international posting will be charged at cost as well on that one. So it can be a free printable file as well if you guys want. So that's always an option. And then for network shows, obviously you're listening to Small Talk. We're every other Thursday. We will upload our episode next Thursday. We alternate with Only Fools and Collectings, otherwise known as OFAC. And then the Collecting Weekly every Tuesday, Live and Let Dice. I don't actually know the schedule for that yet.
I think the first episode is being pre-recorded this Sunday. So this will not be a live show. It will be pre-recorded.
Are you on
I don't
that,
know.
Eddie?
No, I'm not on it. I remember Zach was talking about it, and I don't know if it's every Sunday after that or every other Sunday, but I know the first one's this Sunday, pre-recorded.
We'll have to check that. And then Ins and Outs of Collecting. Eddie, you're on that show. When are you guys going live next there?
Tomorrow. We're usually the same weeks as Small Talk. So if there's a Small Talk that Thursday, there's usually an In and Outs that next Friday. So yeah, tomorrow 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be going live on In and Outs.
Awesome. And that's a fun show. You guys cover a lot of statues there. And then this Collecting Weekly Clips, follow us on Instagram there. We got a bunch of good moments from the show there. We got to get better at sending John our Small Talk ones, because we got good moments on Small Talk. And then there's Collecting Weekly Live Unboxing. The retro one is every Monday with John. And then there's the After Dark every Wednesday at 10:30 Central Time. And then Ox Plays. All right. And then for shout-outs to Everyday Collector, John does a good job of shouting us out. We love him. And a shout-out this week mainly to you guys. Thank you so much for putting it together. Again, I was gone most of last week, so I felt really out of the loop. I was coming in last night. I was just tuning into Ox After Dark as I was getting ready to work on the show sheet, and I hop in, and almost everything was done for the show here today. And
Sean
I have
did a lot of that.
nice.
Good job, Sean.
He gave you a lot of credit too, Eddie. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys and you guys helping me out with Small Talk overall. I feel like have came a long ways for me trying to keep the show afloat by myself over the time after Damien moved on. So I appreciate you guys helping me out, making it feel like we got a good team here. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Shout out to Badfish too, man. He said sorry for bombarding the chat. Great show, guys. But honestly, like if you scroll up, he really participated in the chat throughout the entire show, and it's a long show. And I really appreciate the interaction and you keeping the chat going. So thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Badfish.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're here on the next one, man.
Yeah, Badfish. Yeah, hopefully you're still here. If you tune in to the next show, we're gonna do a ton of giveaways for the 50th episode. So stay tuned, and we'll make it worth your while. Hopefully. So thank you. Yes, it was great having you here. But any shout outs from you, Sean, or big old Peps?
No, I don't think so.
Shout out to everybody sticking the show out with us.
Yeah.
Going 3.5 hours and still got a good amount of eyes on there.
Yeah, that's definitely a record for Small Talk for sure. It's probably the most we've ever covered for a Comic-Con. So we aren't able to do that without the team we had here, and then everyone tuning in. Thank you guys. I hope you guys appreciated it. You kind of got a handle on what we were looking at over the last month or so with Comic-Con and in small figure collecting. But
Well, I'll make a shout out to you guys because I appreciate you letting me be on. It's a lot of fun.
oh yeah,
So
the more the merrier. Love having you on. Big Peps. Almost have to. You're on my goddamn.
We didn't.
wall here.
We stopped getting appearances from Pepsi Company, or who was the guy that was commenting?
It was like big Pepsi.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
we had someone earlier in the chat say their name was like Couchiness or something, and it was like shout out to any cat. Are you guys getting any couch action?
Oh yeah, I
figures? And
saw
was like,
that.
Yeah, and then I was
thought
like,
maybe
this has
that's
got to be the Peps guy. Like
a brand I haven't heard of. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was the Peps guy. I was like, we've got a troll. Someone in our Ox group, I think, is changing their name every show and just commenting random shit.
It's actually Zach, probably, but
Exactly.
all right. Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. Have a good night, everyone.
See you guys.